podcast, and this is the Kate and Dick Show.
Yeah.
So, a little bit different format. Boys are down in Mexico, diving and doing their fucking thing. They're drunk as shit, as always, as we do. Yeah, so it's a little bit different format, but we're going to keep going with this stuff. We're going to drink. We got some fucking bullshit to drink. We got cheap beers, a Jaeger again, fucking Hypnotic. We're going to be crazy.
Yeah, we're taking this one back old school to like shit that we used to do when we were way young with a bottle of Hypnotic, no cups, because
no cups.
Why the fuck would you ever put in a cup?
Let's start the scenario.
Yeah, we might as well just crack it open.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, actually, and I was like, when we were like younger and we used to drink a bunch
cognac.
of...
Duh.
It is cognac. Yeah, I was like, is cognac.
I think it's like fucking like...
It's all kinds of
like,
bullshit.
Yeah, cognac, vodka, rum, champagne.
It's the jungle.
Add to your favorite cocktail, but nobody does that.
No, you just pull from the bottle. Like, I've never, in my whole time of, like, drinking from when I was, like, 16 drinking this shit, I have never, ever in my life put it in a cup.
Nobody fucking
You
does that
always
shit.
just pull from the bottle.
Yeah.
And, right, it's like a cork in there, right?
I don't remember. We were pretty drunk the last time we fucking drank this.
Yeah, and that was the first time we had that in, like, 15
Yeah.
years.
Not that long for me, but...
Really?
Not that long for you either. You're not that fucking old.
I mean... Oh, yeah, you're right.
I was like, we could say 15 years, but like...
I want to be like 10 years, but like before
yeah, it has that
when
plastic
we
cap
had
cork is what it was. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
when we had it, that was the first time I had it in a while.
That had probably been
Like a
10
long
years for
time.
me. Like 24 or 25 for sure. But yeah. So we got expensive beers to start with, and then we're going to cheap beers because I have way too many of them. As from last week, 'cause we didn't touch the 30 rack because the shots were fucking flying when Perry got fucking there. Like that was.
Oh yeah, when we were at Tony's.
Yeah, like. And you're like, let's keep doing them. And then I was like, oh, this is not going to end well.
But we had so much fun.
I had a blast.
We had so much fun. Especially, like, we were like, should we go? Let's go out. Let's just go out and hang out
because I think it was
for a little bit.
like 10:30 when we decided to like really go out?
Yeah, and that was cool to run into Perry. And I was like, that guy looks just like Perry. You're like, shut up. No, holy shit, that's Perry.
Yeah, and then the shots just kept fucking churning. Because I was definitely like, because I didn't eat dinner. Because all I had was those fucking breadsticks.
Oh yeah, I had that whole lasagna.
Yeah, that whole lasagna. Well, we got our pedicures because that was silly as shit.
Yeah. Last weekend was dope as hell.
It was super fun.
Oh, I love getting my nails done. I was like, oh, I'm so glad you were like, loved it. And you're like, we should probably do this. I could probably spend $50 at like taking care of myself. Like,
Right?
yeah, hell yeah.
Make my disgusting toe not look disgusting. So,
Does it feel better? Can you tell a difference?
Not really. As far as it never hurt before, so it was never.
Did it hurt when she was like filing your nail down?
A little bit, yeah.
I could kind of tell. Like I looked over, you were like, ugh. You know, it was like so funny. It reminded me of like in Dumb and Dumber, where like they're getting their pedicures done, and they're like in the street. She's like whipping out the grinder, and he's like, they like holding him down.
Well, I made that joke, and then just obviously the language barrier between me and her was like too much.
Yeah, way
She's
too
like,
much.
Plus, we were like the loudest people by
we were all fucked
range.
up over there too.
Like next time we're like having to bring us some bottles of like shit to fucking drink when we're doing it. But
Yeah, we're gonna have to bring like a couple of bottles or something.
yeah, but like when I was like bringing the power tools out, and the dude that was doing you was he giggled a little bit, but he definitely heard that a few times before.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of like, cool, not original, but here we are.
Yeah, I was getting the sexy eyes from that guy like crazy. Like, I've never had a pedicure that I was like, don't look at the person.
Yeah, while you're eating your lasagna and your shitty fucking sweatshirt that you were wearing, it was just working out for you, I guess.
That's what men want, you know? They just want to see you look like total garbage, like you haven't showered yet today. They're
Obviously, it didn't matter.
They're doing your nails for you. It just like all worked out.
Yeah, exactly. It was like no problem whatsoever. As we talk about dropping your phone.
Well, good thing we got the new screen protector.
Yeah, plus the new case, so we're good there.
The new case is so sturdy. I just, like, the buttons on the side still, I'm like,
Still haven't
man, I gotta,
got
like,
through 'em
break
yet?
these fucking things in.
Yeah, or just turn your timer and just leave it to fucking turn off on its own. Because it's like 30 seconds anyways.
It does, but, like, when you're, like, okay, so, like, here's, like, kind of my situation. So, like, when you're, like, dating someone, but then you're also still, like, on dating apps. And then you get, like, a notification from the dating app, but you're on a date with that person, and then your, like, phone is like, bing, and you're like, click, and, like, but now I'm like, ugh.
I guess I'm just not that interested in that scenario. Like, if that's the case, whatever. But
Well, and like I never take offense to that. Like when I'm on like a one date or like two dates with like a person and they're still on like a dating app, I'm like, me too.
yeah,
Bro. Like,
because you don't know what's going to be in that scenario. Like you're not like, oh, I'm fully invested. Like by any means at fucking
Yeah,
one or
not
two
at all.
dates. No fucking way. Like you can't. If you are, you got some problems.
oh yeah, like the solid dive in. Like
Yeah.
people are like, that's it.
Yeah, like you're like, oh, I've hung out with this dude for 2 hours, and then that's just exactly what I want. This girl, like, amazing. I want that. Like, you're not getting that in 2 hours. If you are, you might want to go masturbate and let it go. Like, and then
Guys
come
are
back.
totally like that. Guys are like, so like, when are we gonna like get together again? And you're like, oh cool, like I'm glad that you want to hang out with me. And they're like, I just totally deleted Bumble off my phone. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
We're not that deep
I'm like,
just
don't
yet.
do that.
Like, it's just one or two. Like, I mean, again, the first like dates are usually a couple hours at tops. You know, I don't do the fucking like go to the movies thing because you can't fucking get to know
You
anybody in
can't
this
talk- I
scenario.
don't even like. I
Why?
was gonna go to the movies with somebody the other night, and then we went over to Cinemark because like the one over by the mall was closed for whatever reason.
Weird.
Yeah, they were closed down for like a week. I don't know. Like they didn't have any movie listings.
Well,
like,
can't
up
it
on
can't
the
be like
site.
asbestos problems because it's like brand new. So I don't.
Right. So I was like, holiday parties? I don't know. But like, so we were going to the Cinemark over on, Timberline. And we're like, well, let's just like pop into like Texas Roadhouse and get a beer before we go over to the movies because it's like right there.
Yeah.
And then we just ended up getting drunk over at Texas Roadhouse. And like, I don't like going to the movies anyway because I get so fucking bored and I don't fucking care. And so
I'm the same way. I just don't do it. It's not.
It's so I'm like, if I can't get drunk doing like the most boring thing, then I don't want to be here for it.
Yeah, that's. I've just never
And
been
that
like
sounds
that.
bad, but I'm like, give me something to do.
That's for like one of those like scenarios where like you've like been dating for like a while and like there's both a movie like you guys are like excited to see to like go fucking see like
Yeah.
something like that. But like first date scenario, fucking dumb. Like I've never understood why that was like the de facto like scenario. It's fucking stupid. All you're doing is sitting there like quiet like.
Well, and you know what's super stupid about it is that it was like totally my idea. Like he was like, so what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't care. Like you're taking me on a date, so you decide what we're gonna do, right? And he was like, well, like what do you like to do? He's like, do you want to go bowling? And I was like, no. I'm such a bullshit person to date too. They're like, do you want to do this? And I'm like, not really.
No, I don't
No.
fucking think so.
And, yeah, I'm like, no. And he was like, well, like, what do you like to do? And for whatever reason that night, I was like, shit, I haven't been to the movies in a while. But there's this sick movie out called like something like Knives, like something about knives. But all these like cool people are in it. But it's
Something
only
about knives?
It's not called something about knives, but knives is in the title.
Knives is in the title. Like let's
Check it out.
Look, this Knives is in the title movies right now.
But I wanted to see it, but it was only at the movie theater that was closed on this particular day.
Well, that was only a week ago, so it's probably fucking still there around then. Knives Out. What is this fucking movie? What do you? So you just know this about knives. You don't know anything else about the fucking movie?
Well, I mean, I watched the trailer for it. And there are so many like famous people in it.
Investigates the death of a patriarch of an eccentric, combative family. That's the whole fucking premise of the movie. The trailer must have like hit you hard on that one then.
There's so many cool people in it. Like, let me look up look up like who's in it.
Yeah,
And then it's also a comedy.
Daniel Craig, all right, Chris Evans, Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, there is quite a few like bit of people going on here.
Yeah.
There's those three. The rest of them I don't fucking know. Tony Collette. Who the fuck is that? I know Don Johnson, I guess.
Sounds
was
like a
like-
porn star name though, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, he was like on that fucking like he was on like that TV show with fucking Cheech back in the day, like the cop show.
Oh, I don't
That
know.
all your mom definitely watched it. Like
Are you calling my mama's daughter?
no,
Like,
it was,
this is something that,
no,
like,
it was
my
with
dad
Cheech.
would've
It was like when he
totally
was like
watched it.
it was like after like the Cheech and Chong scenario. It was like when he was like trying to go into like full time like regular acting.
Okay.
He's like super famous for it, like Don Johnson. Like
Well, okay, so
there-
just
there,
out of
you can
curiosity.
see his like you've.
No, I have no idea.
I'm like, there's no way your mom didn't because like my mom was like totally into that shit. And they're of similar age. Nash Bridges
Well, so
was this
which
show.
So he was in like a show with Cheech.
Yeah, that was like
And then
Cheech's, like,
Tommy Chong was in that 70s show, right?
yeah. That was
Okay.
after he got, like, I'm pretty sure that was after he got out of jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he went back to jail sometime when he was on that show, and then he just like appeared again as Leo.
Yeah.
Like a season later.
The fucking videos.
And they were like, "Where
the
have you
drive-thru
been,
video
man?"
stuff.
Yeah, the film shop. And they're like, "Where have you been, man?" And he's like, "Oh, I fell asleep in my car," or like something stupid. Like he had gotten high and passed out, and they didn't see him for like a year.
I was reading something recently about that 70s show, actually, where the Fez name wasn't a shortened version of his name. It was for an exchange student
Yeah.
with the fucking Z changed.
I read about that.
Like, how racist, but kind of funny at the same time. Because nobody
I
would
think
fucking
it's
know,
like-
unless you
'cause,
looked into it.
I don't. Do you remember like the episodes where they would be like, "What is your name?" and then something would be playing over it, and his mouth would just like keep moving.
It's like when they like show like the map of like Springfield on like the U.S. map on like in The Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
They was like there's something like walks by it or something. It's kind of the same idea.
Because it's not there. I think I love the Simpsons, like shit that people talk, like when they're talking about the Simpsons, and like it always comes up in memes, and then it's like, all right, Simpsons, do your thing, because they forecast so much shit that actually happens for some reason.
The escalator with Donald Trump, like
Yeah.
like how that's just like a random scenario, or like they're like the outbreak of like coronavirus right now. Like they kind of like forecasted that scenario too.
Yeah, that shit is like fucking crazy. Did you see? I saw a video of these passengers getting off a plane in like Malaysia,
Like,
and they were
spraying.
literally getting sprayed
Yeah,
down.
I saw
was
that.
like, fuck, this is gross shit. And I haven't read enough about it to be like, oh, okay. But I did see a meme that it was like, my generation had swine flu and all of this like shit that has been going on in the past like 10 years.
The part of the problem is like we just name everything, and we hear about it like it's gonna like end the world every time.
Yeah. I remember getting into an argument about swine flu with someone, and they were like, the swine, like they were like H1N1. I was like, oh, swine flu? And they were like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
And I'm like, well, when I was in college, we called it swine flu. Who's baby girl
I don't know who the fuck baby
30364?
girl is. Micro Mirrors is Kyle.
Put some art on your walls, Kate.
Yeah, no shit.
He's trying. He has like such a good idea for it.
I have plenty of ideas. I just like to drink and spend all my money on that. So
Yeah, you
draw
can't-
me some shit. Like you fucking draw like shit. Like draw me some shit, Kyle. Like you have some good fucking art. Have you seen this fucking art? It's fucking
No,
solid.
show me some art.
Yeah, I'll bring it up. He puts some on his stuff sometimes.
I think like 2 of the pieces in my house are from one my friends that's like an artist.
Right. Like that's kind of the idea.
Yeah, I love that shit. Because like when you know them, it's so much more personal.
Right.
Like remember when we went to Art Walk that one time and Wingate's little sister had pieces in that show?
Yeah, like he fucking.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, like. He's.
I like the cowboy one a lot.
Yeah, I'm a little partial to the Dewey one because like I love Boondocks,
Yeah.
but like yeah, he draws a ton of shit. Give me some fucking shit, Kyle.
Yeah,
God
man.
damn.
God, Kyle, keep
What are you
like Jesus,
doing?
get it going, man.
Let me turn this fucking TTS on so I can at least hear it when it fucking pops off. Or maybe I have to turn it down. Oh, I know why. There we go. 'Cause it should be on now. You know, this really isn't that bad.
It's not bad. When we got it, like, when did we get it? I still lived in my old apartment when we were
It
doing
was
this
like
that one night.
June, I think. June,
Yeah,
last time we had it.
we literally had the same conversation. We're like, huh, and they were like, oh, like, well, and I think the only thing that I was super scared. I was like, fuck, we're gonna have 2 of like the worst goddamn hangovers because there's so much shit in this, like shit, like you're mixing. It is the jungle juice of like all the alcohols that you would see at a party.
$20 bottle of Jungle
Yeah,
Juice.
and then like your friend pops in, like a Chris Williams scenario, and pops open a bottle of champagne and slams it on top of it. And surprisingly, I wasn't hungover at all after that.
It's because you slept for like 15 hours the next day, I'm sure.
Like last weekend.
Like last weekend when we were gonna hang out some more, and like I woke up at like 8.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No, and it's all good. I just hung out with your fucking dog and like just like did what I was gonna do anyways, which is smoke and watch videos. That's what I fucking did until like 4, and I was like, she's not gonna wake up.
I did wake up at 4:30, and I was like, gross.
Like
I was so gross because I didn't shower the day before either, so I was just like sweaty and alcohol, and like I was like,
Well, and you had been up like the full night before too. This
Yeah,
is
that's
before we
true.
hung out. So
That's true. Hashtag team no sleep.
yeah. But and then we got again real drunk. I remember ordering the lift. I don't remember like in the lift at all.
I think that's when you left. Oh, when we
No,
left the bar?
Yeah, when we left the bar.
Okay, so I was thinking about this too because I
I went
was
and got
like,
the beer. I remember that. I remember getting in the lift.
yeah, I remember all of that part, but I also don't remember the drive home.
Yeah, like the drive home, I was like totally no,
Yeah.
totally no idea. And like I remember like when we got to your house, like you were like, I'm done. And you were like so like sad about it too. Like you were like, I don't want to leave like
I
this.
gotta go to bed now.
Yeah. And I was like, no, it's okay. Like you've been up for like 2 fucking days.
Yeah. Well, and I think I love going down there and everyone's like cool with us just being like who we are. And it's like late at night and Omar's having a good time that night. And like we got those shots and we did that shot with that dude. Those
Right.
things were so gross. Like the cranberry one wasn't bad because
wasn't
it
bad,
tasted
but
like
it just-
cranberry juice. But
yeah.
the sour apple one, I was like,
It wasn't
fuck.
great. And he was like totally about the margarita one. The lime, like he
Yeah.
was like,
He was like, this is my wife. I just had shots with these guys.
and she was like, okay, like and they're like
Yeah,
they're like
she was
other
like,
like children, like her child was there.
Yeah, their daughter.
Yeah, and she was like, okay, like I guess it was just such a random scenario, and he was fucking Omar. Anyways,
Yeah,
he's just so
seriously.
like
He
always
was
so
having a good
ridiculous.
night, yeah. Well, I think that's like what I love most about us, though. Like when we go out and we get kind of shitty, when it's like a good night, it's a good night. Especially,
Reminds me like the 80s, like really.
Okay,
okay,
Bobby.
don't be rude. But
Bobby Ray Earl. How many fucking first names do you have?
it's funny because I say bitchin' a lot too.
Yeah, bitchin' and like is definitely part of like your full repertoire of
Yeah.
words. Like, it's fine.
Hell yeah, that's bitchin'.
Like the 80s. She doesn't know the 80s.
I don't know the '80s, but I do remember who sang the song, like Zat, like Valley Girl, that song. Mm-hmm. I remember when I worked at Supervac, that Rafe guy was like, she sounds like a Valley Girl. So every time he'd walk into my office, it'd be like, Valley Girl, she's a Valley Girl. So,
I
okay,
mean,
fine.
I can like put the you can sound
I
like
can
a Valley
see
girl,
it, yeah.
like the most vulgar Valley girl that you
I'm
would
not
ever met.
embarrassed. Oh, fuck that motherfucker. Let's do some shot.
At least you're not a woo girl. I don't think we'd be friends at that point. There's still occasionally where we both do it, but like not the constant fucking woo, woo.
I'm like too busy laughing. If you get me drunk enough, I'm like a woo girl, but not like constantly. Like remember when we used to? Now I'm conscious of it that I say like all the time. Thanks.
Thanks, Bobby Ray Earl.
Jeez.
3 first names.
When we used to go to house parties and shit and play beer pong, we were too busy running the table for me to be like a woo girl.
Right? Well, and that was like one of those things. That reminds me of a story with Evan destroying the wall. You've heard this story, I'm sure of it. It was years ago. We were at a house party. It was at fucking, like God was, and fucking Joel's house and Kayla's house.
Oh, jeez.
And we were real drunk, like really fucking drunk. And I had been running the beer pong table for like probably like an hour and a half. I don't remember. I was playing with Paul. And got fucking real rowdy, real shitty. And I made a fucking like killer fucking bounce shot. And I was like,
Nice.
yeah. And get off the table like for like a second to go get a beer or whatever. And I was just having a good time. And I go to my brother and I fucking like double fucking hand slap him. Just whoa, bam!
You boxed him?
Like fucking straight as spam.
Mean.
Like laughing my ass
Oh
off. Spam.
my
I,
God,
I knew he was
so
going
fucking mean.
He was going straight for the nuts at that point. Like I was like, I'm not blocking it. Like I deserved the whole scenario. Like it
Absolutely.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like a fucking like thing. So I fucking like I take it and I fucking like I'm laughing the whole time. And I like put my hand like on the wall like to like stop me, but like it kind of goes into the wall.
Oh shit.
And then like Wingate's like, oh shit, and like punches the wall, like punches a hole straight through the wall for no reason. And then Eben does this like, oh wait, and then just destroys a full 4x8, just like like a full piece of the fucking wall.
These are our friends.
Yeah, and so and then like a little while later,
It's too much fun.
I'm still on the beer pong table, like probably an hour, like fucking barely standing drunk as shit. And I fucking like cheer, and like Eben like fucking like cheers this scenario too, but punches the ceiling. because it was a low ceiling
Guy's
in that
tall as
one.
hell. Yeah.
And then he's like, that same fucking bam, whoop, and then just destroys a fucking 4x8 in the ceiling too. And then he was supposed to fix it, and then never did. Then Wingate went over there and fixed it. But
At least it got fixed.
it was so funny because it was just like, ga, all full fucking,
Jesus.
full sheetrock, just gone. Yeah, you've never heard that story? That's
I don't think I
surprising.
ever heard that. So if I did, it was probably when I was really drunk.
Well, I mean, that's fair. That happens a lot.
I remember when we all used to get together over at like your guys' place, like when you were with Andrew and stuff, and we would just like wreck the beer pong table.
The kitchen table that we decided had to stand 2 feet back from because it was only like 4 feet long.
Yeah, remember what was the dog's name? Titan.
Tight, yeah.
God, do you remember
Big
that
ass
dog
Great Dane.
loved to hump people?
Always.
Like crazy, and he's huge, so
Yeah,
you're
it
constantly
was like
like
140,
get away
150
from
pounds,
me.
yeah.
but he'd be like outside at the screen door, and like his whole body, like he'd stand up on his hind legs and just be like the whole door.
It was my favorite, like, to fucking wrestle with that fucking dog. It's like you could actually, like, wrestle with him because he would, like, fuck around.
He's like giant.
You ever wanted to fucking run? Just put a fucking leash on that fucking dog and just, like, all right, take me wherever the fuck we're going.
Put some rollerblades on and see how it goes.
Dude, you would have been going way too fast. Like, it was full sprint for, like, miles was running with that dog.
We used to have this dog when I was little, like little when we lived in Loveland. I was in like 2nd grade. And she was an old English sheepdog, but she was fast as hell. She had so much fucking energy. Nothing like Jack, not like a recent one. And I was on rollerblades with her one day, and she saw a bird, and this dog took off. We were over by, you know where like Monroe Elementary School is?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, and so like back in those neighborhoods, there's that park and that pond. That's where we were. And I was on my rollerblades, and she took off. She dragged me down the sidewalk, and then when I hit the grass, I like went over like my toes, and then she just dragged me through the grass. And like you couldn't stop her. She was just like all about this fucking bird. And I was like, God damn it.
Well, and you being, like, fucking, like, 50, 60
Yeah,
pounds
I was
at the
so
time,
little.
Like,
I was so little.
just fucking
I was like, no. Like,
drug by this fucking dog. Fantastic.
I can only imagine my mom was like, I'll stop it in a minute.
It's a very your mom thing to do, too. Like,
she's like, I needed this laugh today, okay?
yeah. Until, like, the crying starts, we'll be all right.
I didn't used to cry a lot when I was little. I did used to fake sick at school a lot though, so I could go home and hang out with Dad.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
It's kind of standard even today.
It literally,
so.
yeah, it's never ended. It started at a really, really small age, and then it was like, I still do that shit. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be there.
Yeah. Every kid wanted to be sick from school. My parents didn't give a fuck. There was definitely like not the I'll come get you scenario unless the teachers are like, no, he's vomiting everywhere. That was like the only way that
Yeah, they're all prove it.
Yeah, it was. Didn't let me get away with anything.
My dad was not like that at all. And we lived across the street from the elementary school, so it wasn't like a hassle.
Yeah, it wasn't like a hard thing for him to do.
And like they own the motel, so it's like they
Yeah.
would just come over and like grab me and be like, "All right, well, let's go."
Yeah, they were like, cool. Like this is not even bothering me in my day.
Yeah, even when we moved to Brush, I would be when I would get like, and maybe other people's parents used to do this because I actually didn't catch on to this until I was in high school. But if I was sick and I had to go home, my dad would put me in bed and he'd make me like a cup of hot chocolate. And for the life of me, I could never make it the same way my dad did. And literally, my dad would always put like peppermint schnapps in the hot chocolate, so it would knock me out when I was like little. Like we came from the generation where your parents thought it was okay to rub like whiskey or like
whiskey
shit on your
scenario,
gums
yeah.
so you would pass the fuck out and stop crying in a restaurant.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you don't like pepper schnapps like at all now.
Well, I won't drink it by itself. Like if you throw it in like hot chocolate, I'm like, well, yeah, I'm here for it.
Okay, I mean,
But not like it's just so mentholy. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
hard
can-
to handle it.
I'm gonna have to like buy the Rumble Mints for one of these shows here because like I love me some Rumble Mints and just get fucking real faded.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, because it's
By
I love me
yourself.
some like I don't
by yourself.
because I know you're not partaking in that scenario.
Well, and it just like I can't drink Rumble Mints cold because it just hits like if I drink it warm, I would probably be okay. But like drinking it cold, I'm just like fuck.
yeah, I don't. I
Hits
can.
different.
Fair. I don't know. I didn't really like reminisce a whole lot until I started bartending. I mean, that was like 10 years ago now. But,
Yeah.
because I was 24 when I was bartending, actually. So, yeah, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, we're oldies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been like 20 the first time I went in there, and you were like, and I was like, what?
Yeah, because the owners didn't give a flying fuck who was in there. But I'm like, and then I got in fucking trouble for not even serving 20-year-olds when that one party when fucking like they like pulled Corey Utter aside and like Sharisha, and I was like, I didn't even serve them. Like that's bullshit. And they're like, well, they were drinking out of fucking like the DJ is fucking coming. I was like, DJ,
Like, I'm the
is-
bartender, not the bouncer.
Yeah, DJ's drinking fucking energy drink. He's not even fucking drinking. It's John. He wasn't even drinking. He didn't drink.
Oh,
he,
yeah, John didn't drink.
He doesn't drink when he was DJing.
Well, and he doesn't even like go ham when he does drink. So,
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, I remember this like whole situation.
Yeah, so like we got like a fucking like shutdown for like 7 days or something.
Well,
because
but
of
it's
that.
like impossible. It's literally impossible for you to be behind the bar and taking care of the bar and making sure weird shit doesn't go on behind that bar,
Yeah.
like if you're not there. And also, when the whole place was opened up the way that it was, like it's impossible for you to see everything that's going on
Well,
because there were literally only 2 of you guys on staff.
and well, there wasn't even that on that night. There was just me. There was nobody
So
else.
it's impossible to know.
We also had like more than like what was supposed to be in the bar at the time. I mean, there was like 105 people, but when there's supposed to like I don't know
It's a party.
70.
I just remember that one night when Mike turned like Mike must have been 23 because I was 21, so he must have been turning like 23 or 24.
Yeah.
And we got that bottle service, and that guy felt like the biggest pimp. And then remember like who came to like do a show? Who was that? Oh yeah, Moss came. Yeah, Moss came to like hang out. I don't even think Moss did anything, but remember Mike was so tanked and he
Well, I
was all
should've-
check,
I
check,
should've,
check, check. He was like rapping to like the mic check. He was like so about it.
Yeah, I showed
One of
up
the
at,
funniest
like,
things.
10:30. Like it wasn't even late or anything like that. I showed up like 10:30, like bone sober, and Mike was like, they're like,
was done.
They're like, Mike's in the bathroom and he won't come the fuck out.
He's done. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, Mike, like, doors unlocked. I was like, okay, so I fucking just roll in, and he's just like hugging the bar bath, like the fucking toilet, like just like, I'm so fucked up, and I was like, dude, this started an hour ago.
Yeah,
like,
you were so drunk. But god damn it, if that guy didn't feel like the biggest pimp
Oh,
in that
yeah.
like corner couch for like an hour.
he had that bottle of Crown and the
Man,
bottle
yeah,
of Jack.
he had all of his like. Oh, I think me and Bacon were sitting there like, this is amazing.
Yeah, he was ridiculously drunk, and that was probably the first time he had like been that drunk ever. Because he was not like you and me. We were like
we were just-
high school, like on the floor.
We were
but
pre-21 years.
so like, because Mike was like the sheltered child, and I think like that's where like that like scenario, like once he had that like, I have the power of the bottle, and it was just one of
And
those.
he loved it. But he remember like even kind of to this day, he was like, I gotta have this like big pimpin' lifestyle, right? You can like
Yeah.
see it in like the cars that he buys. And even like when he was like, I think I'm gonna buy like an electric Honda Accord, or like what does Honda make that's like the Prius?
Well, they had the Insight for a while, but I know they have a hybrid Accord and a hybrid Civic now. I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but he was like, I think it's sensible. And I was like, that is so unlike you.
Very
when you're
unlike
driving
him.
like your big pimpin' car where only half of it's tinted now because the windows keep getting smashed out at these fucking concerts that we go to. And like
That was some bullshit because they were trying to tow that car, and that was dumb. That tow truck company should go fuck themselves.
why would they were trying to tow his car?
Yeah, because they were
Why?
towing people out of that fucking lot that we were in.
Oh, that's stupid.
And
He's
so,
like, really? I already got a window fucking smashed
Well, and,
out.
like we had like that one like what was like 6 months prior to that broken out at Red Rocks.
Yeah, over at Red Rocks, yeah. And
Yeah.
he was like, what are the chances it's on the same fucking side? I was like, well, at least you get it on one side and you're not checkerboarding your car, right?
Yeah.
And
no,
then-
I'm pretty sure the first time was on the fucking right side because he actually got that one retinted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because half of his car is not tinted, I thought.
Yeah, the left side's not because of that night from when we were at Cervantes. What were we seeing? It was just me and him that night we were at in Cervantes too. And I don't remember what it was. Because it wasn't Ferg. I don't know. I don't remember what show we were at. But like, yeah, like both left windows got blown the fuck out. But like the one at Red Rocks was definitely the right rear.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to steal fucking Corey's fucking. I don't know if you ever met that Corey, but
Yeah, she was at his birthday the next year. Or when we all ended up at the strip club, remember?
yeah. That was when we went to Talib and they hit that shitty opener and it was garbage.
Yeah. And then me and my
Yeah,
friends.
and then we went down there. That was her first time at a strip club.
Yeah. She was we got like, God, we were so stoned coming back.
Oh yeah,
because like the
he
petty
was
cab driver.
pulling like the
Yeah, he was like, anybody else? We're like, okay.
It might as well. Like it was
Yeah.
like, and then we tipped him like $60 fucking
Oh,
dollars.
he made so much money off us. And
Well, we took him so far out of this like normal
I
area.
know. Like we were like, oh my gosh, dude, thanks so much. We're like going down the street and we see like Johnny. We're like, Johnny, get in! And he's like, what the hell? And we're like, get in! And he's running after it. And he climbs on the back, and then we ended up so stoned and coming back and just like the one joke that lasted for 2 hours.
The tits of sloppy floppy.
Tits so sloppy floppy, like at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, because the fucking Hobby Lobby would just open.
we're like, why don't they just put Chick-fil-A in the Hobby Lobby? Because
Right,
it
it's the
closed on the same day. And then I don't know how we ended up turning it into a strip club situation, but
Well, we were
ended up
coming
with tits so
back
sloppy
from the
floppy.
strip club because Johnny was driving. It was in the
Yeah.
Envoy, and all of us were pretty fucked except
We
for
were
John.
so fucked. We were stoned and we were drunk and like,
Yeah, and the show was
was
like
great.
so smoky too. It was ridiculous.
yeah, it was great.
Oh
We had a
yeah.
great time.
It was
Like,
totally great.
I mean, because I only got contact high from that, and I was all giggles in the back. Like I hadn't been around weed in like years, and I was
Yeah.
just like, like, it was having a great time.
It was pretty redonkulous for sure. I had a good time. I was fucking again high as fuck and drunk as shit. So like,
Yeah. Well, and then that was the night too, because like, it's one of my favorite things to talk about with Mike because like he just does love that like big pimpin' lifestyle. And so we were at the strip club, and he was like, I'm going to go pull some cash out. All the ATMs were broken, go figure. And, like, they're just about to close, too. They were, like, 30 minutes away from
yeah,
closing.
it was like not even.
And he was like, I want to pull some money out. And she was like, oh, well, I can run your card up here, and I can give you some, like, dancers' dollars or whatever.
Yeah, the La Boheme bucks.
Yeah, the La Boheme bucks. And then he pulled $500 out in La Boheme bucks. And, the next day, he was like, oh, shit.
It closed like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, it closed. And we were like,
Not even enough time to get like a fucking like lap dance for like, because he was buying one for you and he was buying one for Corey.
yeah, and like I was like, no, I don't want to do this. I was like, you're gonna buy one for yourself. And then he was like, yeah, and then he was like, I got it. And they were like, we're done here. I was like, they didn't even
It was
do
a
like
weird night because
last
like me
call
and
on
John
the
like knew the
cash man.
DJ and shit too. Like Danny was there. And it was like,
Yeah.
it was like super random, like just to like roll in there. And Corey was like so like, I don't know what's going on here. Because I mean, she
I was
had
literally
never.
chilling at the bar like hard. I was like, what is up, you guys? I was like, please come and hang out. I love that strip club. I like that there's like 2 bars on like either side.
Yeah, La Boheme was a pretty cool strip club like to go into, like especially like this is so close to the bars downtown.
Yeah.
It sucks as topless only for like if you like that scenario, but like
Well, that because you can drink there.
yeah, well it's not like the other ones where it has like 2 level like Diamond where it has like 2 levels.
Oh, or like PT Show Club that
Yeah.
one year because it's like 18 and up upstairs.
And then
But
yeah,
even when we were there that night, there was like one stripper working upstairs. I feel like.
well that's why I was
Otherwise,
like
it
amateur night. We had
literally
all of our
just
fucking
us.
all of the friends and the coworkers fucking getting naked like.
That was a good party too. That was a good party, except everybody was fighting with each
Yeah,
other.
it was
But
a good party until all
otherwise,
the
it was a
couples like
good
decided that
party.
they needed to like fight each other because
I was having a good time, even though I was actively in one of those fights. And I was like, and fuck you.
we were,
I'm
like-
gonna go downstairs.
we brought like 24 too many people to the strip club.
Too many
Too
people
many
to
people.
fill up one of those fucking limos. It was
Yeah,
so
24
many
people in the strip club scenario. And the amount of people that I had to carry the fuck out of that bitch was silly as shit. Like,
I was one of those.
so many people. Like, you and Rain and Avery. And there was a couple of people that I had to, like, run in to get before we fucking left. Because it was
Okay,
like,
it's gonna be
we're
great.
leaving. It's fucking 1 o'clock. We're done at 2, so he's going to fucking go. And I was like, nobody's in this bitch. I better fucking go, like, run
We're
everybody
about
up.
to leave half of our crew here. Like, what? We can't be doing
And that was like before like the Uber and Lyft scenarios.
yeah, we
and all
would have
that.
been like sleeping at that strip club for sure.
Yeah, it would have been a fucking mess.
I remember I was like, because remember we got like I got the hookahs brought in because they were like we like do this upstairs and it was the whole hookah bar crew.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, they were like, "Oh, we don't do that anymore because like not a lot of people do it." And I was like, "Okay, so what your website says?" And I like went downstairs and talked to the manager, and I was like, and I just like, I got my Karen hair on like that day. I was like, so basically, we literally brought 24 people here, and what? And then he was like, "My guys are coming. They're on it. They're gonna bring you." They brought us brand new hookahs,
Yeah.
all new shit. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
And then you
this
still
is
had to man
service.
it, which was
And then
funny.
And then I was like, well, because she was like, I was like, "Do you know what you're doing?" She's like, "Not really." And I was like, "Sweetheart, can I teach you?
Yeah.
Step aside." And I crawled over the bar, and I was like, "What does everybody want?" And I was like, "We have 4 flavors."
I remember I was sitting up because I had gone downstairs and I had like they had like the big beers then at that fucking strip club
Yeah.
for some reason, which makes no sense.
Yeah,
like,
that
why
never
would you do
happens.
that?
That
Like,
never happens.
It's like the big beer, like the beer mugs. It was fucking big ass beers.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had a big beer, and I went and bought like this gargantuan cigar. So I'm sitting
Mm-hmm.
downstairs for a while with this fucking gargantuan cigar. I go upstairs and like, then like everyone's like, "Here's the hookah." So I'm like puffing on a hookah, big ass beer, and a fucking big ass cigar. Like watching my friends get fucking naked. Like, okay, this is an interesting night. Like
This could never happen at any other time. Maybe
somebody's crying because they shouldn't have got naked. Like.
Oh yeah.
Like this randomly, like in
I
the middle.
feel so guilty
Yeah, like,
that I took my clothes off and like my boyfriend's gonna hate me, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude!"
He's not gonna know if you don't tell him because
And
nobody
then
else knows
immediately
it.
she was like, "And then," I was like,
Why did you do that? Kind of stupid.
"Oh my goodness."
Kind of dumb. So fucking funny
Oh my
though.
gosh.
And then she's like crying on the stage, topless, like just crying.
It's so bad. This sounds so, the visual's so bad.
But it was
Oh
so
my
funny,
God.
like to me at the time, because like she's a sweet girl. Don't get me wrong.
She's so sweet.
But it was so fucking funny, like just watching her like bawl her eyes out, realizing that she's like not as like crazy as she thinks she is.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm gonna do it." Like when we were in the limo and like we're doing all kinds of shots in the limo, we're doing all kinds of shit in the limo.
Well,
And then
we're
she's
looking
like,
bottles of
"I'm
Jameson
doing
all
it."
in the limo.
And yeah, we're drinking so much whiskey. And then I like she was a mess. She was a mess for like a week.
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, it's okay."
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Like nobody cares. Like it's normal shit.
She's like, "He wasn't really that mad at me. He was disappointed, but I do feel bad about it." And I was like, "You gotta let that guilt go, dude. It's okay." They're still together, by the way.
Yeah, they were together. I mean, I haven't seen. I was randomly. The last time I saw her, I was with Avery and Johnson. We had gone to Aziz Ansari. And we randomly we went to this bar at 5 Points, which is
Yeah.
a dope ass bar, and roll in there, and then we ran like meet like with like their fucking frat bros are in there, and then like it was a weird fucking but like she like happened to be
Hell
like in there and like they were like that was the last time I mean that was like 5 years ago, 6 years ago,
Yeah.
so but
Well, they moved out of state. I think they're like in California or Arizona or something.
yeah.
Like she ended up, I think from like what I can tell is that she did like the Starbucks like scholarship program, and she like worked for like because she was at CSU,
Mm-hmm.
and then when they moved, she transferred over to like Arizona, I think, and then maybe like Arizona Online, like.
Oh, okay.
But Starbucks ended up paying for her college, and I was
Oh.
like, shit! Like if I had known that you could do any of this shit,
Right?
I
Well,
wouldn't be in the kind of college debt that I'm in
could
now.
you have worked at Starbucks though?
Oh fuck no! There's no. Let's pause. I gotta pee.
There's no pause.
I said let's
Well,
pause.
you do your thing, and then I'll do this.
Okay.
There's no fucking pausing.
Well, I'm
We
like,
don't
well, if
sponsors.
we're
We
both-
talked about this.
If we're both gonna get home, it's not recording.
Yeah,
Let's
like
talk about it.
that. Can't fucking do that shit. I'm gonna post image that my fucking sister posted. It's fucking hilarious. She drew it while I was streaming a video game. I think it's so fucking funny. I'll get a fucking link going so everybody can see it. Yes. Alright. Let's get a little shot going of this. Told her I was going to post it during one of these podcasts, so here we go. Some silly ass shit. My 17-year-old sister drew that while listening to me fucking pwn some fucking clowns in fucking Modern Warfare. Bobby Ray Earl.
What's going on?
Nothing. Somebody's watching on Mixer. Maybe Jack. Jack said he was gonna watch. Maybe we're gonna pop in too. Actually, I should message him because he was like, if he wants to pop in, I can put him on the fucking like speaker. Like we can fucking,
That would
like,
be fun. Haven't seen Jack since the wedding.
Yeah.
Or talked to him, I guess.
So like
I'm not
that's
gonna
been
be
like
seeing him.
8 months.
Yeah, isn't that wild how fast that's gone?
It's been a while. Yeah.
So much stuff is like gone, just happened again. Well, we're so fucking busy. It's like impossible for it not to go by fast.
Like, what else are we gonna be doing? Be busy. All right, let me make this hookah bowl real quick. You gotta talk about some garbage.
I mean, what am I going to talk about? I wish people were chiming. I mean, I understand it's like a Friday, but I wish people were chiming.
It's also brand new, so we'll get the brand new. I have a fucking silly fucking like taking a shit story,
Ew.
and it's one of those like it irritates you for like I'll tell you like it's definitely one of those like why the fuck would somebody do this?
So I guess when Dick comes back from making this bowl, he's going to tell us a
Yeah.
funny story about taking a dump.
This show is kind of about toilet humor, so we talked about in the first episode like starting a web show where like you're just like taking a shit and like somebody walks in and you start talking to them
Yeah.
because it'd be just people get like a little like
I used to do that to Avery all the time.
yeah.
Like, remember, like we would get like drunk at parties, and Avery never locks the door to the bathroom.
Never.
So I would just like walk into the bathroom and be like, I'm peeing. I'd be like, okay, well, hurry up because I have to pee too.
Yeah, that's kind of how we were thinking about like that scenario. It's like just making people feel like fully uncomfortable in their own space.
Well, and I remember like a few times, like I'd be like, so, like, what's going on with you, man? And he'd be like, seriously? I'm like, well, I'm already in here.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make it weird by like leaving and then coming back. Which is super stupid, but
That's not fucking weird at all.
that's like drunk logic. I'm like, I'm already here. So like, whenever you're done.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna make it weird fully for everybody.
Yeah. Which is like kind of the best situation.
100%.
Making it weird for everybody. Like, I love to shake people up and make them feel uncomfortable. I think that's one of my favorite things. Like when you're out at the bars or like at a party and somebody says something to you and you just like, it is like decently funny, but you just look at them like they're stupid and they're like, oh, I'm an idiot.
Yeah. No, half the fun of life is making people feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, because it's so easy. And I think if like dating teaches me anything, because I don't surround myself with like, even you guys, like the men in my life don't have like real, they're not like super self-conscious. They don't have like that wall where they get like super shy or scared or like anything like that. So when I'm dating and I'm dating these guys and they're just like, I just get really nervous because you might be dating someone else. I'm like, you're damn right. But also, I'm like, stop being nervous about shit. Because you're just going to start a fight. Like, you're going to start arguing with me about something that doesn't exist, and then we're not going to hang out anymore. Because I don't want to be around this kind of situation at all.
Well, and that's a big problem too. Is people being like uncomfortable in general. Like it's.
People love to be uncomfortable. People love to, like, constantly be like, oh, but, like, what? Like, people get in their own heads constantly. And I'm like, you got to teach yourself how to, like, not be, just to let shit go. Stop caring so much about other people. And like what other people are doing. You have zero control over that.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things. Like, just stop. Just fucking stop. Like.
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking stop.
Let it be a thing. If it's what you want to be around, then be around it. If not, then
Yeah, let people be
bounce.
shitty, but don't like bring your negative shit over to me when I'm like, I'm just like, I'm just doing like Kate things because that's what I know how to do. I take care of myself and like whatever I want to do, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
And so if that makes you like sad or hurt or uncomfortable, like you literally don't have to hang out with me. Like it's okay. I understand.
Yeah, I mean that's generally a problem like with people around me. I mean, I make friends instantly, but at some point they're
You
like,
are an instant friend maker.
like, well, like what are we doing here? Like, why are you saying these weird things? I'm like, it's not weird to me at all.
Yeah, it's not weird. And maybe that's it. Like, I've gone, like, so many years without, like, I mean, I can't even say that. That's stupid.
You can say it.
No, I can't be like, I've gone so many years without like dating somebody because it's just not true. Like that's not true at all. But I don't like really date like a whole lot of guys that are like, well, why are you hanging out with boys? And I'm like, because I'm 29 years old and my life is like all these men that I've like grown up with, and like I've been like friends with you guys for almost 10 years now. So it's like, what do you mean? That's crazy to me.
And that's, I mean, I've run into that problem too, just like talking to people, and they're like, yeah, you have like a lot of like friends that are girls. I'm like, always. Like I have
both genders of
I have
friends.
3 sisters.
Yeah,
like,
it's
what am I
pretty
gonna
easy.
do?
It's super easy to get along with like both people. I say that, but I don't have like a lot of friends that are women,
Well, that's what it is.
which I think is their problem and not mine, to be honest.
Pretty much, yeah. I fully agree with that scenario. But yeah, like I don't know, like I try to be friends with fucking everybody. Like I don't
Yeah.
give a shit. Like
Yeah, I just want to like have a good time.
yeah,
So like if you're having a good time, I'm having a good time. So like we're all having like a good time together. If you're not having a good time, I'm still having a good time, just over here.
yeah.
Just
At-
you're right here having a bad time, and I'm over here having a
At
good
this
time.
point in my life, especially the last like
Yeah.
like the last like 10 years, maybe not quite 10 years, but close to that. Like I
Yeah.
don't care about your fucking problems.
No.
I don't like want to like deal
Well,
with your
you
shit.
care about my problems.
Well, like generally, my friends I care about their problems, but like
Well, it's like yeah, but you don't care about like the shit that comes with like the shit that's like like I get that.
Yeah.
I'm like I don't give a fuck.
like
about
there's
any
gonna be
of
problems.
this
Like don't get me
stuff.
wrong, and I'll help you through them or whatever. But like the basics, if it's always a fucking problem, fuck you.
Yeah,
Like
figure it out.
yeah,
Figure it out by yourself.
don't
though.
want to like deal with that shit at
I
all.
don't want to have any part of this shit. But somebody asked me once too, because remember I guess I'm not friends with him anymore, but our mutual acquaintance that I used to be friends with. And then he was like, I can't be friends with you anymore because I like you and I think it's like, and I was like, that's okay. I understand that. But like,
Still a fucking stupid premise.
I mean, whatever. I've done that shit to people. No, I haven't.
No, you haven't. What?
But like when I'm not, so like what I'm getting around to is that people think like, so he, I'm not gonna, let's not say his name, but like,
No.
so he like, he's not my friend on Facebook anymore, and like he took me off of Instagram, which is like fine with me because I do that. I do that shit to people too.
Yeah.
Like if you can't have people in your life, then you take them away like out of all facets of your life. You
Yeah.
have to like get rid
Well,
of
yeah,
that.
you
Like,
can't just
gotta go away.
half-ass it.
Yeah, you can't half-ass it. And people are like, that's so mean that he deleted you on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't think so. Because when half of our life is like lived on social media, the idea is to get the
Well,
fuck away.
yeah, especially when you don't see people.
Any more of them.
So, do you have any morals? No. Yes. I mean, I do. We do, but like,
We have morals,
It's
but
a different-
we
it's a different
take care of
scenario.
ourselves.
what are you talking about like, specifically? Like, what can you help me out here with? Fred Rocks. Fred Rocks. Is it like fucking like Flintstones?
Yeah,
like,
Flood Flintstones.
Like,
Flintstones. Meet the
Flintstones.
Flintstones. Yeah, but have a good time.
all right, we're waiting.
That's
We're waiting.
weird.
We're waiting for your response.
Morals. Oh, hella morals.
Yeah, totally. Like, there's still morals. The idea is like,
I think it's an ethical standard, actually. Like, if someone doesn't want to be like a part of your life and you don't want to be a part of theirs, you just
cut it.
cut it
Yeah,
completely.
it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I've talked about for years of just shoveling shitty people out of my life, like where I don't want nothing to do with them anymore because they're toxic as fuck as
They're
it
toxic.
is.
They don't care about you.
Mm-hmm.
They only care about you if like they really need you.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like you can't get a hold of them. They don't want to hang out, and you put yourself in that situation to be like, I want to be your friend too.
Well,
you
and
wanna
like
be mine.
something that I learned too is even people that want to hang out, like
Mm-hmm.
they don't necessarily always are doing it because they will also do the same for you. They
Mm-hmm.
need your scenario, and that's a big problem that I had for years, where people would just call me to hang out with me because I made them feel better, and
Yeah.
when I needed them, they were never there. Like, that was a big thing for
Yeah,
me. It was
that's
like,
crazy.
when I broke my legs, like when it was like, cool, like all the people that came and saw me, called me, all that stuff, posted about me, whatever it was, those are the people that I kept around. Whereas like there was hundreds of people. I mean, I was over 1,000 people on Facebook at one point.
Yeah. God,
And I
that's
was-
so many people
And I was like,
to go through your like.
yeah,
history,
and just
that
like
sucks.
deleting it and like all this shit. 'Cause they didn't care about what was going on with my life. So why should I care about what was going on in theirs? And that was the
you
whole thing.
can't. It's so debilitating to like your own character, and at some point, it's self-sabotage when you care about
totally.
other people when they don't care about you, and that's really hard, like on you and like your self-esteem and like, shoot, like it just sucks because then you're like, what do you mean like we're not friends? And I
Yeah.
cut shit real fast. I think like you and I both do. Like we have a pretty good like bullshit monitor where we're like, yeah, let's all hang out, and then like if somebody's like, you feel bad. I'm like, you haven't called me in like 2 months. Were
Yeah.
you like happy? So probably not.
Yeah,
gonna
like don't
respond
bring
to
the
that.
bullshit in my life when you're not gonna bring me into the
don't-
happy
yeah.
times too.
Yeah, you gotta bring like the good parts if you're gonna bring me the bad parts too.
That's the whole
And
fucking
I'm willing
scenario.
to be a part of both of them, but I'm not your doormat, and
Definitely
I
not.
definitely don't. I'm not your therapist either. So,
You ain't paying me any money,
Yeah.
so fuck off.
so if I'm only gonna see you once a month when shit gets weird with your boyfriend, then I really don't need to see you at all.
Firm, no.
Yeah, no
Like,
thank you.
Nah.
Draw the line. You have to take care of yourself way before. And like people are like, that's so
This
selfish.
is too fucking deep
I
right now.
know.
We need to stop this.
We're really diving
Fuck
further
you and your
this way.
fucking morals,
Yeah, we
Fred.
have a morals
Fuck
question?
you. Like, fuck your morals. Fuck that shit. Unless you got something else to say it, because I want to hear it. But
I feel like
morals, come
I
on
feel like
now.
if he's gonna be like something about like drinking and like what we're talking. I'm
Cool.
like,
Cool.
I'm like, well, we actually don't have to have this
Yeah.
conversation. But if you want to email
I was
me,
gonna-
I'll write you. I'll write you an
Just
essay
like,
on
roll me
why
some fucking
I'm
Twitter
the way I
scenarios in
am,
your
yeah.
email, and we'll fucking roll it out.
Hit us up on Twitter. I will just private messages also my email address.
No, you gotta put it out there publicly before I'm gonna acknowledge it. At mxzhonky, like in that scenario,
Well,
on
if
Twitter.
I give them my email, okay.
On
Oh,
Twitter.
I don't even know what my Twitter because I had to make a new
You had
one.
to change
Remember
it,
when
yeah.
I locked me out? I was like, shit. So I don't even know what. I think it's like I don't even want to say it because then everyone's gonna be like, I know her whole name now. I know her whole name.
See, my whole name's on there, but I don't give a shit. You don't have to say shit. MXZ Honky for me is everywhere.
I
These guys
know.
are on fucking Mixer, which I
Yeah, you have a firm hand. I wish I would have like been more strategic about this. That way, especially when I
Well-
literally work in like the field. So like when people are like, I'm gonna look up her social media, I'm like, don't look at my Twitter. One of them doesn't exist.
I mean, I have my full name on there. That's an. We're not from the West Coast. Definitely Colorado.
Yeah.
So that fucking mountain coast, baby.
Mountain coast. We're in the mountain coast.
Mountain coast.
The coast of the mountains. You should make a T-shirt that says Mountain Coast.
Mountain Coast.
And it's just like it's just Fort Collins. It's like the foothills.
I can make some bullshit. I've been like, I'm gonna make that site with the merch with all my like dumb bullshit that I want to do for T-shirts.
should
I told you about the
definitely sell the
pre-order,
Eric one.
the pre-order stuff that I ever tell you about how I was gonna do that.
Yeah.
So I was gonna like create that site where people can order whatever I'm gonna fucking design, and then they can fucking like pre-order it, and then I'll have like a total amount, and then I'll print it out and then ship it. So I don't have to have like stock of anything. It's one-time only scenarios.
Well, we could just do what Supreme does, the Supreme model, and we could print like limited.
You mean just
and,
put their
like-
fucking name on it and be done
Yeah,
with it?
literally, like seriously.
Well, no, and that's
But,
kind
like,
of the idea.
Just very limited runs of like shirts, and then once they're
Yeah,
gone,
no,
they're
it's
gone.
one time only. Like it's pre-order. Like there's a company called Blip Shift. Like this shirt actually is from those guys. This one's not one run only. This is like one of their permanent ones. But they only have like 4 or 5 like permanent ones. Every other shirt they have a daily like shirt that you can like buy, and it's only available for 2 days.
I cannot get this started. Well, but like, do you see what I mean? Like, you know how Supreme is like, okay, we're gonna roll out like that's, and they were always like that. They literally started as like, what did he say?
Colorado is pretty much the same thing as the West Coast.
It's the East Coast, right? Didn't
no.
he ask us if we were from the East Coast?
Yes, it's the West Coast.
Oh,
No, like hang on a second here. Like Colorado is not West Coast at all. Like what? Have you been to California? Have you been to Oregon? Like there's some I'll give you this. I'll
we're
give you this.
definitely not like California.
There's like some
at all.
like scenarios where like we're the same. Where like we like to smoke weed and shit like that in our states.
Oh, for sure.
But
Yeah.
like the reality is like the way we operate is very different.
Totally different.
Yeah, very very different.
Especially from like California.
Yeah, even like
I mean,
Oregon
I can
and like
say like maybe like Oregon and Washington might be a little bit more similar and but they're way more. Colorado's like decently half and half, and
I guess like you could say Oregon's like kind of like the same because like they had like that whole like hostage scenario with the fucking like guns thing, like I don't know, like yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Like, where are you from, Fred? Like, give me like a word like a little bit about where are you at, like roughly. Like, I don't need a specific city or whatever. Just like give me like something.
Give me your state.
Explain.
Okay, well, tell us about your state, and then we'll explain this to you a little bit.
And then we can tell you what we think is different. But yeah, limited runs like the way to go.
Well, so you know, the president of our company used to work for like these major clothing corporations, and I asked him about Supreme, and he was like, a business model that could literally only work once. And I was like, I think it's kind of like they nailed it, because when Supreme started, they started as like selling clothes to like skater kids. And then it just like popped off in like these skater communities and
Midwest.
Give
me
like
a state. Give me a state. Like like Wisconsin, Chicago, like Illinois. Illinois. We've been drinking too. Like I've been nearly halfway through this bottle of Hypnotic.
Because we don't have morals.
Yeah, no morals. See this blue shit? No morals. You have to,
that blue shit's gone. We're gonna have to switch over to the black shit. That's gonna be where we forget to turn this off.
then there'll be some people that are angry at us. It's fine.
Then
it's
people
okay.
are gonna be mad.
They have to watch it first. Views are views.
I'll take the views.
But I was gonna tell you about my shit story.
Oh yeah.
So like it was like Wednesday. I'm at work, and I'm like waiting for like a couple product upload scenarios to fucking like go through, and I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and watch.
Can I have this last one?
Yeah.
Okay, are you sure?
Of course. I don't give a fuck.
No
fucks.
But like some nights we can get like really trashed on this beer, and then some nights we're like normal on it.
Well,
it's pretty high volume.
If either of us drank a 6-pack of it, we'd be pretty rowdy. Yeah. But I'm sitting there, and I'm like watching paint dry basically while waiting for the uploads to go. And I have so many going that like I can't just like do other shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna go take a shit. It's been like this that perfect like time frame in the morning, like after breakfast, like between lunch, like where it's like, okay, I've been awake, like it's time to like do my business. So I go like sit down and like the bathrooms at work. I don't know if you've ever been in them, like when you were like going in there. There's music playing at all times, and it's pretty fucking loud. Like it's not like it's like kind of like our talking level loud. It's pretty loud. It's not like just like an overview, and it's weird shit too. Like some days it'd be like
we talk really loud.
It'd be like crazy rock and roll. Other days it's like EDM. Other days it's like a bunch of weird I don't know who chooses the fucking like playlist.
Like, I refuse to go to the bathroom today. It's just like
it's just so like it's so random. So I get there and sit down just like everybody else. Pull the phone out for like I'm gonna sit there for like 5 minutes, like do the standard. Guy comes in, sits fucking stall next to me, starts doing his business, but pulls out his phone and is listening to like a fucking like tutorial video on something. Full sound, loud as fuck. And I'm like, who the fuck is sitting in the toilet at work listening to a fucking tutorial video?
He's like, I'm gonna learn how to put batteries in my watch.
Yeah, like it's one of those things like, why? What the fuck? Like, especially like where I work, where like if I get my shit done, I can sit there at my desk and doing this
like all day.
All day.
Yeah.
Like I have fucking YouTube and shit up all day. Like,
yeah.
Why? Why do I have to hear your garbage while I'm trying to fucking do my business? Like, what the fuck? I told you you'd laugh at it. You didn't believe me.
I'm laughing now. I'm gonna take these socks off because they're gross. Like, making my feet gross.
Never mind, only 2 folks watching, which is totally fine. We're brand new. This is the 3rd time we've done this. Fred rocks. You don't rock, sir. Kind of irritate me.
We get our views when we share it on Facebook.
Yeah. Throw it out there. See what you got. Give me something more than just like, never mind 2 watching, bro.
Did we just get trolled?
Nah,
Is
he's
that like just somebody who has like a stick up their ass? About
yeah,
something?
kind of like yeah.
It's interesting.
I'm streaming on multiple platforms too. Like, you're not the only person watching on Mixer right now. Like, yeah, you got 2 watching. There's a couple more on Twitch, a couple more on YouTube.
That's interesting. I think it's weird when people go out of their way to just be like,
Nah, you guys.
like always. And maybe because we work in like the digital world, and we're just like,
We kind of live in it. Is kind of the thing.
we work in it and we live in it, and it's just something that we don't do.
No, it's not worth our time.
And all of our shit has like
One of
our names behind it.
Yeah,
too,
throw
so,
some
like,
stuff in there. Like, give me something to like talk about. Like,
Yeah,
other
give
than
me
just
some juice. Don't just bitch out on me. Like,
yeah, like
Jesus
you're like Midwest,
Christ.
dude. Like, I get it. Like, I'm
I'm
not trying to
Midwest
like.
too. I'm actually from Wisconsin, so if you want to throw down, we
See,
got this.
I was born in South Dakota, in Sturgis, which is like straight up Midwest.
Damn.
Bunch of fat people. That's all it is.
Party Central, though.
For like
Right
2
time of
weeks
the
of the
year.
year. Like 2
Right
weeks of the
time
year.
of the
Don't get me wrong. I love them. I love the Black Hills.
I
During
love
Black
them.
Week's not that great,
I
but
love it. I would never go during bike week because I don't like people that much. Like, I go there to, like, get away
yeah.
and be lost in, like, the forest.
Black Week can be fun if you make it fun, though.
Well, absolutely. Everything can be fun if you make it fun. I think, like, and this is, like, not a situation, like, I don't like to go because there's, like, constantly problems, right? You get that many people in, like,
A tiny area. I mean, you're
with
looking
a
at like,
whole mess of
you know,
alcohol.
500,000 people. All they are there is a party.
Yeah, it's so
and
crazy.
The town normally has 4,000. The cities are like the towns and cities around
All
it
the
are
bars
like
are pop-up bars.
you're looking at 100,000 total for the whole area normally, and you're
so nuts. Everybody relies on this one event to create their yearly income, which I think is
which is
wild.
pretty wild. All right, this is going now. I think, kind of. It's a little on the wet side.
Like,
but
wouldn't that be sick if we only worked spring and like winter and spring and like fall, and then we just didn't work during the summer because we're like, oh, we have enough income to like not have to do this because people
Well,
don't need marketing.
I mean, that's kind of the goal. Like at this point,
That is
like,
the goal.
I'm pushing towards that
we should have
scenario.
just been teachers. I guess. Is
No,
what I just
that's not enough
described.
money.
That's like I just described us being
It's
teachers.
not enough money.
I'm like, wouldn't it be sick to not have to work on this?
Except for the like deal with those like shithead kids and all that shit. Like, no, thank you. We lost Red Rocks, I'm sure.
That's good.
We're down a viewer, so
That's for the bad.
I agree. Fuck Fred
We
Rocks.
don't need him. I don't like when people are like, where are your morals?
That's what you start with, like this
yeah, that's
whole
your opener. That's your solid opener.
like
You're gonna have to rope me in with something a little bit better than that.
yeah. I don't know. Like I was hoping like maybe pop up like this. A couple kids that were like on the first one, like they popped in and they were like pretty fun. They were like pretty sad that we were ending our podcast. Like they're like, no, don't go.
Oh, this is why we have to set up the social media accounts for this. So we can be like, just follow us on here so you know when it's happening.
Yeah, and it's brand new too. Like 3 weeks in, like I can't like I'm not a famous person. It's not gonna like happen overnight.
We are literally only famous in the town that we live in.
Yeah, and like quite
This is the
famous.
only
If I
like,
if I push
only
it out
place
there,
that people know us. Yeah.
the problem is like we start throwing this on like the Facebook and all that shit like for people like to see, and then I'm gonna like have to hear about it.
Yeah, and then we get fired from our jobs. Because we make
Yeah.
videos.
Well,
Because then
my
we
job
make
is not
videos.
tied to my Facebook, so nobody knows that.
Oh, I guess. I should probably take mine off.
Yeah, probably a good plan. You post on that shit all the time. I see it like whenever I scroll through, like whenever you post on that shit, it comes into my feed.
On their stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see it all the time.
There's a secret behind it.
So maybe just remove that you work for them.
I definitely should.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right because people can like click into it and be like,
Yeah.
which one is she? But it's funny because there's two of me working their social media accounts. Like there's me and then there's like another one.
Yeah,
You
but
never know which one you're gonna get.
you're still named.
I know I gotta take it down.
Yeah. Time to remove it. Like I don't put wherever I work on my Facebook. I don't like all the shit
Gonna
that I
take it down
say.
now.
Like I say some bullshit about
Oh,
because
well, like
hey,
this is non-compliant with like my job.
he's
Like,
gonna
if my
remove.
boss saw this, she'd be like, "Hey, you want to have a conversation?" No.
Yeah, that's why he needs to
No.
remove it. And then once it gets big, when she finds it organically, which is the goal, she won't listen to it at all. She won't even know.
I wouldn't. She's
Yo,
like, "Oh, you have a podcast."
she's way too
And I'm
busy
like,
for this
I
shit.
have experience in podcasting, but maybe you don't watch the ones that I'm on. But
Yeah.
she is way too busy. I'm like, don't put it
Yeah,
on.
she's not.
I don't even know
she's
how
not
to
fucking
like,
with that.
remove this. Edit public details.
Yeah, just get rid of that. You see where you work. You already like are all over their social media, so if somebody actually found you, but then they'd have to like listen to this podcast the whole time through. Like,
Well, but none of my shit's public. So like, if somebody did find me and they were like, "Oh, okay," then they can.
well, there'd be
get
like
my
more dudes asking you for like friend requests on Facebook.
Oh my god, have you seen that? I
Yeah.
have like one. I like to decoy people. I took it off. Why didn't?
Save it.
Oh, at work. No. Yeah, I edited it. I took it down.
Yeah, I don't want that scenario. That's why I don't put it on there. Like, I don't mind where I work. Like, it's not that bad of a place.
Oh yeah, no, I talk about my job like all the time.
Yeah.
But obviously not in like the situation where I'm going against everything that
No.
the company's like.
But like the idea is like, I should be able to also have my own voice when I have problems with the scenario too, and that's why
Right.
like I don't
Of course,
advertise it.
yeah.
I don't let people like see that like that I work there or whatever, and that's perfectly okay. I think because like I take pride in my job. I do my job very well.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so it's like
Well,
the
and
idea
it's,
is
like I'm like I don't want something to come, and that is like how it works. Like something comes up, like, well, what if other people saw this? Well, don't
Yeah.
tell them I work for you.
Yeah, and that's kinda the
great.
idea.
Don't share it. Like that's okay.
yeah, and that was like one of those things like Avery was like saying like, hey, like like it's too bad like our podcast is like not like politically enough correct enough that like people I can like share with people at work, and I was like, no, our work is the
God,
work.
no.
My work is very like conservative scenario. Like 9 out of 10 people
not
like
conservative.
cannot even handle like what I say like on a regular basis. Like at work where I'm like, that person sucks.
Well, and it's like that's why we talk about people were like, and that's like that person.
Yeah. And that's pretty much what it is. Like I'm not out there to like say, hey, I work here. Let me do my thing. I'll do a good job. I won't put your fucking name on blast. That's like the whole thing. If you know me, you know where I fucking work. But if you don't know me, you have no idea. And the idea is that I won't work there in 5 years. Because y'all are going to send me money and buy my merch when I send it up. Never mind. 2 folks only watching. We need some more. Let me try to like pop this fucking Jack scenario. Maybe he'll be down. We'll just text him, put him on the fucking stuff. Man, it's already fucking 10. We've been rolling pretty good here.
At VX_Shady is now following.
Sweet, dude. VX Shady. We'll see you fucking this week, next week, all the weeks. Let's fucking like run it out. Sweet, dude. Thanks for the fucking sparks. VX Shady just sent some sparks over. Which is like the internal like revenue stuff for just a random person.
What's going on?
Just send some sparks over like so I can like build my channel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So are you calling Jack?
I was gonna like see if he wanted to like hop on with Discord maybe, and then we can like just chat with him.
He's like an hour behind us anyway, right?
Yeah, it's only 9 there. We've been doing like we got some local beer right now. It's from Rally King in Fort Collins. It's called Bloody Good. It's blood orange sour, and then we
Super
got
good.
some fucking dirty hypnotic because we're teenagers still. And there's some Jaeger on the table. That's coming later. What are you drinking? It's Friday.
Nice.
True that. What are you drinking? Are you drinking? Nothing? It's only 15 seconds of like a fucking delay. What are you looking at over there?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Well, it says that I have a message, but it's not showing me who it's from. Oh, I see it. Oh, no.
You're like, nah.
Oh,
I
no.
usually just drink some Bud Light or Michelab.
Okay.
But y'all making me want to drink.
Well, grab a fucking can and drink with us and give us some like shit to talk about.
Yeah, you can drink with us totally. Otherwise, we're just going to be sharing stories.
Yeah.
We're just going to be talking about ourselves.
Which we got
the
some
whole time.
bullshit too, like don't get me wrong. We got way more
All
bullshit.
we have is bullshit.
All bullshit.
It's like all we do.
I was gonna like pop another friend into here on this Discord.
Yeah, I want to talk to him about his Tesla. See if
Right?
he
He's got that
loves it.
fucking. He's got the fucking
Yeah,
Model
see if
X.
he just like fucking loves it, or if he's like, eh.
Let's see if the boys are awake down in Mexico. They probably are. They're like, the last message I got from Seth was like, "LOL, definitely stayed out too late. The last 2 nights gambling."
Yeah,
Which is-
he's gonna be out.
Yeah.
If anyone has a bedtime, it's that guy.
Well, him and Aves.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Definitely.
Especially when Aves like dips out at like 9. He's like, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
upstairs real quick.
I was
And we're
pretty
like,
surprised
I'm
a couple
pretty
weeks
sure
ago when he was
just
here till
left.
like 9:45, like last week. And I was like, whoa, dude. Well, that was like that one night, like it was like you, me, and Bailey, and him. We were hanging out till like 4 or 5 in the morning. I was like, this is fucking new right now.
That was wild, but that was when I was like, they're doing this shit.
Well, they were kind of doing their shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I was very surprised, like they were like, that he was around that late because he's never up, never in the entire time I've known Avery. Like it's only been like the last like couple years that he's been like hanging out all night. Like,
I mean, yeah, I remember like me and Johnson would close up the hookah. Oh, I remember this from the strip club too. I'll get around to it. But like me and Johnson would like close up the hookah bar at like 3, and then we go back and we'd take like a bunch of people with us. And Avery would like pop out of bed and be like, "Hi," and be like,
yeah, but he was only around for like 20 minutes.
"No way," because then we'd all go to like breakfast.
Well,
We're all
but he'd already been asleep since like 9 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. Because he would never close. But like with the strip club thing too, like that. I remember we went down there, and me and Johnson were just like the. I don't know, like we were. I was like, let's go downstairs and get some cigars, and he was like, "Yeah," and then we were just like,
Yeah.
because he doesn't like. He's like, I want to like shuffle some money, but you got to get like Johnson like drunk enough to do it. So like if you're not drunk, Johnson won't like if he's not drunk, he won't do it because he's like, I don't know. And you're like, oh come on, bud, like it's fine. And then like you just get him like drunk enough. And then that night I remember too, like going down to the bar and just ordering whiskey cokes. And then every time something happened, I would just leave like a full whiskey coke. Like I would take like 2 sips out of it, leave it, and then like come back and order a new one. And I was not spending my own money. So I don't know whose money I was spending this night, and I don't think it was Alan's. I mean, I'm sure it was. 'Cause I think he gave me like a stack of ones, and I was like, whatever. And that's the money that when you found me, and I was like tucking money into like strippers' G-strings, like, and you're like, we have to go. And I was like, no. And you're like, not a negotiable.
Yeah.
You, like picked me up.
We have to go now.
We're leaving. So
Well, that was like what was funny about that night with the strip club too. The hookah bar gang strip club night was I had only been like back to walking for like 4 months because like that was like the year that I broke my legs. It was 6 months, like almost to the day that we went.
yeah.
So like I had been like on crutches that year in a wheelchair and all that shit, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm carrying people out of this bitch. Probably not the best fucking plan.
Problem solver for sure. But you healed so fast. Like I remember you were like, my goal is to not be here, and then you were like, I'm in crutches, and then you're like, I don't want to be on crutches anymore.
I was on
You're
crutches
like,
for
"I'm
like
walking."
3
And you were
days.
like,
I was like, nah.
Okay.
I was a firm no. When I almost like went to Tony's and like slipped and like threw them off the ceiling, I was like, I probably should go get those. But and I was like, that was like the first weekend. I was like, I'm walking. I'm not doing this garbage.
Yeah, you hated it.
So much like a picture I like rolled through like a couple weeks ago from like a memory when like Charlie was like sitting in my wheelchair playing video
Oh yeah, I
games.
saw it. Yeah.
I was like, nah, can't be doing this shit.
Yeah, that sucked. I remember we would.
Yes,
just,
you
like-
get a beer yet? Goddamn. This is gonna be fun when it gets fucking ape shit when there's like a lot of followers. It's gonna be fucking wild.
It's gonna be nuts.
Hope we don't get too many fucking Freds. Some bullshit, Fred. I hope you watch this fucking
do you
VOD.
guys even like
you
Jesus?
fuck. Yeah. No.
Calm down.
Atheist as fuck right here. See it?
To each his own.
All right, it's cheap beer time. But after another pull of the hypnotic.
You want me to just grab you one? Because I'm already over here.
I mean, sure, if you want.
Full setup.
all the stuff all the way
I'm
around.
just giving us like a family video of like the experience over here. What do you want, PBRs or Budweiser?
PBR is fine.
Okay, we'll grab a few of them.
Maybe someday we can get that PBR sponsorship and we don't have to worry about paying for them again.
That'd actually be a good idea. Can Liquor sponsor you?
Yeah.
I wanna sponsor you.
Oh, yeah. I can cuss at this show, so totally.
Well, because you would think that they would have been like, I guess, like, our favorite comedians that are like drunks most of the year don't ever talk about specifically like what they drink
Well,
or put it on camera.
I mean, obviously you don't watch fucking Santino's fucking podcast because he's sponsored by Buffalo Trace.
I don't. I watched it when he was on not Bert Kreischer. It's Tom Segura. So when he was
on
Tom
your mom's
Segura's,
podcast?
yeah, and I was just like, I don't know what this guy is like talking about right now.
He's
And,
pretty
like, I
ridiculous.
just dipped out of it.
He's pretty funny. Like when he's on the Fire and the Kid, he's pretty funny. Also when he's on like Bobby, what is Bobby Lee's podcast? They just like
Yeah.
bicker back and forth, and it's fucking hilarious.
So Taylor,
Yeah.
girl Taylor, she
Who
like I
else?
posted that on our Facebook. I was like, "What are we up to tonight?" And she was like, "Podcast with Hypnotic."
Well, tell her if she comes down here, like she can totally fucking join up. I got mics. I got more mics. We can get another one too. Like roll down.
If anyone's a party girl, it's that girl.
True story.
That is a.
You can link her to the shit. She'll love this shit.
And I'm just gonna be like, "Oh my god, I know."
Yeah,
this
just
girl."
fucking send her my fucking YouTube. It's just fucking MXC Honky after YouTube.com.
I'll do it later.
You won't do it.
I won't. Do it. I totally forget to do it. I'm too lazy to do it now, so I'm probably not.
I mean, you
gonna
can hand
do
it over here. I can do it right now.
Well, I can just. I was like, I'll just share it when we're done.
Yeah, just
I'm like, here's 6 hours of bullshit. Just put it on when you're working or something.
she like posted something like Call of Duty the other day, and I was like, yeah, all day, bam, and she was like, totally, like she like knew exactly what I was talking about.
She used to like. She would literally sit in her room and just like hop on and play.
Yeah, I know. That's when she was like, when I like helped her out with like that money that one time, she's like, well, you can like help like my PS4 if you want. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Like collateral.
Yeah, I was like, I don't need a fucking PS4.
You're like smashing it in front of her. It's like horrible.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it's everything. Everything is MXC Honky for me.
I tried to just be like Caitlin Garfield. Oh shit.
Yeah, already did it.
I tried to just be like the same thing across the board, but then when I got kicked off Twitter that one time, I was like, oh.
All right, let's do another poll of this. I love the way that the TTS said Michelob too. It's like a Michelob.
Sometimes all Michelob.
Michelob.
Michelob. Oh, I showed one of my friends who was like really big into baseball, like played college baseball, Bash Bros the other day.
Oh, so fucking funny.
And I was like, you
I
haven't
love Bash
seen
Bros.
this? He was like, Hot Rod's one of my favorite movies. And I was like, have you seen Bash Bros? And he's like, what? And I was like, you haven't seen like any of it? So I showed him like the Bash Bros song, and I was like,
I love how you you posted that like shit and you didn't
oh,
even know where it came from.
No, I was like, what do you mean? And then I watched it, and I was like, this is so
Yeah,
fucking
fucking like 25 minutes of fucking silly ass garbage. Just fucking Jose Canseco and fucking Mark McGuire. Which they were fucking rowdy boys in the 90s.
It's so funny. Like, they're in their like kimonos. Like the girls over. And they're doing like the whole part where it looks like they're having sex, but they're just like humping the couch. The girls are like, oh, like I said, we don't date ball players. Like, it's so fucking funny.
So ridiculous. It cracked me up so bad. Like, because me and like Seth came across that like very randomly on Netflix, like just very random.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was like, wait a minute, that's fucking like Andy Samberg.
It's Andy Samberg
Oh,
and like
and I was
fucking
like-
Lonely Island.
I was like, we're watching this shit right fucking
We
now.
have to watch it, yeah.
And it was so fucking funny. And like,
Well, I saw it when they posted it on Twitter, and that's why I was like late to the party, apparently.
yeah, like
so I was
months.
It's like, what is this?
Getting out of touch over here.
I
Apparently.
know. Because I live on social media and my job, so I'm like, who cares?
Like, nobody cares about your bullshit
I
right
can't
now.
give a shit about any of this shit. It like kills me to be on my own social media sometimes. I'm just like, I'm so tired.
I know, like, I'm just like, I'm glad that I don't work in that like section of marketing at all.
Oh,
like,
it totally ruins it for
yeah,
you.
because like I also like don't care like at all, anyways. Like, so I'm like, whatever, dude. Like,
Well, I think like the part that I hate the most is like people are like, "Well, you work in social media, so your social media must be baller." And I'm like, I don't have time to have a baller social
I
media.
post a bunch of BuzzFeed shit.
Like, oh yeah, I do, and it's all funny. But I'm like, I literally just like, I run somebody else's social media. So for me to like hop off their social media all day, all platforms, and then
Good smoking bearded man named Dick too. Small world.
Whoa, smoke.
what's going
His
on?
name's Dick also. So we got Dirty Duckling. He goes, I'm a hookah smoking bearded man named Dick also.
That's amazing.
That's
I want to see a picture of that.
Pretty wild. Like,
I want to see a picture. Let's compare pictures.
yeah, let's see what you got.
I think that would be dope.
Also, fuck yeah.
Yeah, hell
Hookah
yeah.
smoking, like, that's what
Welcome
we do.
to the party, man.
Hands off.
My cam's off? Oh shit, it is off. All right, let me fix my fucking like cam scenario.
At least we have two recording situations going on right now.
Right. Hang on a second. Like, keep talking about your shit. And I'll fucking, like,
Oh, but it's like the last thing I want to do is deal with like my own social media when I'm like trying to make somebody else's like amazing. And I do a damn good job, but it's just like exhausting.
exhausting. Well, yeah, and that's.
And all my shit is private, so it's not like I'm trying to get like famous or anything.
Right. All right.
I really don't want to be.
Cam's fixed. My cam's fixed. That's sweet.
We have a lighting
All right.
issue on that side though. Look at that.
Yeah, it's fucking special.
Well, you move the lens. You gotta adjust the. I'm sorry.
There we go. There we are. You fucking like tip it a little bit more. There we go.
Yeah.
That's better. Thanks for that one. I didn't fucking notice it.
But with the Bash Bros thing, like, I think it's so fun because I'm like, if you want to hear something insanely fucking clever, you just listen to them name off all of the baseball teams.
Yeah.
All of them. They did a fucking spectacular job.
Good fucking job.
And he's all with my bing bong bat, like.
Named Love so on applications it's Love Dick. My parents were.
Wait, what did you
His
say?
last name is Love, so it's Dick Love or Love Dick or whatever.
Nice.
That's fucking
Make
rad.
some t-shirts and sell that stuff.
I agree. Do that. Like both my names. So my name is actually Nick. Everyone calls me Dick, and my last name is Ennis, which you change a couple things around is basically penis. So I'm Dick Penis. Middle name also starts with a C, so I'm Dick C Penis.
It's really just like a really cruel middle school joke.
Or you take the E and it's Dickie and like all that shit.
Oh yeah, I call you Dickie all the
Yep.
time.
That's Dick Love. Is your name Richard or is it just a nickname as Dick? That's fucking great though. Parents were hilarious. Mine didn't think about it at
Yeah,
all.
your
'cause
parents.
it's
Well, they were like,
stupid.
"We're gonna have such an amazing baby boy."
Yeah, it's supposed to be born on Valentine's Day. His name came out of a fucking romance novel. Nicholas, like, thanks for ruining my fucking life a little bit on the love side. You are Richard?
Oh, so
Yeah.
your nickname is actually.
Yeah,
Dick.
so actually Dick. Everyone just
I
calls me
still
Dick.
don't understand why they shorten up Richard to Dick.
I agree with that. Like, do you?
I don't understand it like at all because
Yeah.
like my name is Caitlin, so it makes sense that people call me Kate or Katie.
Well, and like your Kate is like Kate too. Like
Yeah.
it's like it actually like is
It
in your
actually
name.
spells Kate,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whereas like Nick makes sense to me, except for like the K is like not there.
It's Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas. That's what everybody at work calls me. Is
Well, when I
niche.
shorten it up, I call him Nitch. Yeah.
Yeah, the niche.
Then
So if you guys like some insight on the Richard to Dick scenario, let us know. Like,
Nitch
I
rhymes
don't
with
know about
snitch.
that
Am I
one.
right, guys? Just kidding.
fuck the police.
If anybody's gonna bust you out of jail,
I've
it's this
almost
guy.
been arrested for yelling "fuck the police" at the police.
Yeah,
so.
I know that was hilarious. Stefan was like getting arrested.
No, that wasn't that time.
Oh, also that time.
That was when we went and saw a concert. It was me, Scotty D, Paul, and Charles.
/Rich/Rick/Dick.
Oh,
So
the
Dick
Rick to
rhymes
Dick.
with Rick,
Yeah.
and that's like how we end up with Dick.
Apparently. I didn't think about that, but yeah, that makes sense.
I would never think about that, yeah.
But why?
I think because, like, well, you know what, to be fair, though, like, I have an uncle, James, who we call Jim, which
Yeah, which is not the same
is
either.
not the same name as Jimothy. I'm
Yeah,
just
and
kidding,
like,
as
but
Jimmy.
every James goes by Jim unless they're under
Yeah.
the age of 35. I like how you got like startled from like your phone like going off.
I just...
You're like, whoa, whoa!
Because, like, every time somebody messages me, I wonder why.
Jaeger bombs, hypnotics. Yep, that's what we're
We
doing.
don't have the bomb part of the Jaeger.
I mean, there's
which
some
is-
upstairs if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. I mean, maybe.
When we roll into it and we're like, okay, let's black the hell out.
Well, that was like last week. We had like all the fucking Vegas bombs, and then there was like Fireball, and we had something else too. I don't remember what it was. When like Paris girl was like, "Let's do this," and I was like, "Sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, I don't remember.
What
I
are
don't
you
remember
drinking?
what that girl's name was either. I was thinking
Dick
about
Love?
that the other day.
I don't know what she was drinking at all. She was very nice though. Super dope. Good for Perry.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, this is not that bad.
It's not bad.
It's not that bad.
We used to drink it when we were young for a reason. Because we couldn't drink the shit that we drink now, probably.
Well, lies.
Not as well as we could drink this.
I've been a bit too heavy of a drinker for too long. I mean, shit. I've been fucking. Next week it'll be fucking 34 for me.
Yep.
Not worried about it.
Oldie but goodie. You're not even old.
I don't even know what old means.
I don't even know what old means either. You know what I do know is that I constantly feel like I have to pee now.
That's not.
I make myself.
Wheat wine you make yourself. That's pretty dope.
Wait, hold on. What did he say?
He said wheat wine that he makes himself.
Where do you live? And
We-
what do you do? Are you
Do you do it by
Like-
trade or do you like.
like small town?
Wheat wine
Like
is.
farming communities?
That's an interesting. I haven't had wheat wine in like a while.
36 in March, I get it.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be 34 on Tuesday, which is totally fine with me. My roommate's 25, and they ruin him on a weekly basis.
Yeah, that kid cannot hang. Talk about somebody who needs a bedtime.
You know what's funny is it's most people.
I know, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
We
No,
just
it's not
never
weird.
function that way.
Yeah.
It's not weird. I think we're the weird
We're
ones.
the weird ones in
We're
this
the weird
scenario.
ones, yeah, 'cause
Oh
we're
wait,
like-
you guys are gonna be up for 2 days
like,
drinking
hell
the
yeah.
whole time?
How much trouble can we get into? But also, let's go get some pedicure.
I'm down for like the whole mani pedi scenario at
Oh,
this
it's
point.
amazing.
Like,
I could give like a fuck less about like my nails because like I can.
You can
my
do a
own
little bit
nails,
more, yeah.
But like it's so hard to get all the, like they scrape so much shit off.
it's
my
crazy
body.
that it was
Isn't that
33 years old the
insane?
first time I had one.
A manicure or a pedicure?
Pedicure. I haven't had a manicure yet. Like at all.
Oh, manicure. I mean, like a manicure is just a very shortened up version of like a pedicure. I love pedicures because they give you all the good shit.
Family recipe.
Small town, old family recipe.
Yeah,
those are the best.
That makes
ones.
sense on the wheat wine for sure.
Yeah, that's the best.
Man, that sounds fucking like I kind of want to like tell you to ship that shit to me because like I'm not like into wine like almost at all, but like the wheat wine sounds a little bit more my style. I mean, I don't even know how you make that. Like, send me a link on like how you would make that because I have no idea. As I'm drinking the cheapest fucking beers, some PBR. We should do some hams. Get that real cheap beer. Also, any like suggestions on what we should drink or whatever, like let me know. Like, I'm down for some weird shit. Gonna like do some weird fucking reviews or something of some weird shit. I'm down for all of it. We can get wherever we're in the Fort Collins, so we can get pretty much whatever we want. So please let me know like some weird shit. Like Avery was like drinking some like Mississippi Mud last week. Like the bottle's sitting over on the table. I'm like, I don't even know what to do with this. Like it's too nice of a bottle to throw away, but like nobody's drinking it. Some wheat wine. Man, I love that your name is.
Fireproof like Asaki BC, grain alcohol.
Okay, so like sake style.
Yes.
It sounds like you know.
Nice wine.
Yeah,
Sake's delicious.
it really is. Sake is
I
pretty
love
good.
sake.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had wheat wine though.
I've never had wheat wine. My godfather, my Uncle Jim, makes, or used to make like fruit wine up in Wisconsin, and then stopped probably before you were born, because I know it was well before I was born.
51 and I still party like I'm 18. Try moonshine.
I mean,
We know the moonshine.
We can do some
thing.
moonshine
we
too.
know the
So we got
moonshine thing. pretty
Crazy
well.
Before Life 4. You're 51.
Soju is Korean alcohol. You will love it.
Oh, I love soju. Soju is amazing.
I've never had that.
It's so fucking good. 51, you still party like you're 18? Fuck yeah.
That's props.
That's
I like
life
that. That's
goals
good.
for me, sir. I'm guessing, sir. If you're not a sir, I'm sorry. Not really, but good deal. Fucking get down. You have kids and you still party that way, or you just party that way because you're 51? Let me know. Just because like we don't have kids, we're not doing that shit.
Yeah, we don't have babies.
So it's not a big deal if you don't. But like, if you still party like that, or your kids are old enough now you can party with them, I'm totally down for that scenario. My dad tried that, didn't work out very well because he just bought me a bunch of beer.
My parents are like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Well, especially like now that all of you are like, well, like 20s, 30s now, like I'm sure like
Almost all of us in our 30s now.
you're not that much different than your parents.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
I'm glad that I'm very different than my parents.
You know, my parents are like good people too. So like when I'm not saying that like yours aren't. Well, I know, like they are good people.
They're people.
They're fine.
They're people.
They're fine. But like my parents are just like, I want to get like drunk with you.
You got two
I'm like, oh,
kids?
yeah.
How old are your two kids?
It's cool.
Continue your story.
I mean, that's it. Like I'm just like, okay, yeah, like because they like come to see me so they can like let loose.
Right. Well, I mean that's a plus on that scenario too. Like we can have some fun and do like that kind of shit. Like, poo, Gangstar Taco. Just saying poo. You missed my shit story. I got another one actually. I got another one.
Okay.
It's pretty funny. So, work story again. And like I go to the fucking like restroom, and it's full. So I'm like, I'll just run downstairs real quick.
Korea for 18 months. The soju with green frog has little unveiling fluid gets you trashed.
The green fluid gets you trashed.
So there's some embalming
What is that?
fluid on the frog scenario is what he was going with.
Ew.
I believe you on the getting you trash because that's just supposed to suppress everything
I'm just
so
gonna
you like
stick to the
survive.
FDA approved,
Like your
it's,
skin
like,
survives when
allowed.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't have that here. That's fucking crazy. For 18 months.
8 and 10 married 30.
8 and 10 married 30. Man, you got some like for 51, like 8 and 10's like not that old, not that young. Like you're kind of
I
on the
feel like
on the
51
older
is
side
not-
for 51 with an 8 and 10-year-old. It's a little on the older side.
I mean, maybe. I guess like standards. I don't know. I think because we were raised in like.
My parents were young.
Where our parents were really young when they got married.
Well,
Like my
you're-
parents were 20. They didn't have kids until they were in their like my dad was like 30 when they had Nicole. but
Yeah.
They got married when my mom was like 20.
Yeah, so like, my dad got married when he was 26. I was born when he was 25, and I was born when he was 26. My mom was 17 for both of them.
Yeah, my mom waited 8 years to have kids.
Yeah.
They don't have FDA in Korea, haha.
Well, that's true. You're not
That's
wrong.
fair. Yeah, that's okay.
So, this shit story. So, I go downstairs and, pop up, do my business again.
Yeah.
This guy comes in. I don't know. He may have worked for like one of their companies in the building or whatever. He rolls in, and like in like movies, like when like someone's like having like a bad day, and like they like that shit scenario is like extra, like they do like extra.
Yes.
This guy rolls in, and no joke, it's like that. And he's like tearing it up, like tearing it up. And
All the dramatics,
for
you
like
guys.
literally like 2 minutes, and then he goes, "Wow," because like even this guy was surprised at what was going on. Wow,
Oh my God.
like straight up, like I was kind of impressed. Like I wanted to say something like, damn, like I didn't know that you could do that like as an actual person. But he was
Holy shit.
straight up, wow. Like he was,
couldn't even believe
yeah,
it.
he couldn't believe it
He
himself.
couldn't even believe what just came out of his mouth.
And
Insane.
it was like straight 2 minutes of like
Oh my God.
letting it rip. And I was
so funny.
just like, what? How is that even possible? But this guy,
What the fuck?
wow. Like, yeah, like even the guy doing it was like, damn. It was like a fucking movie scenario.
Like, everybody else was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow.
Like, what was happening? God, could you imagine the
fucking
FDA in
hilarious.
Korea? Like, it wouldn't work.
Well, we have a lot of friends that live in the Middle East where, like, people can't drink, right?
Right.
And so their stories about how they get drunk are insane to me.
Mm-hmm.
So when they were in, like, America, they could just get drunk. But when you go back, you can't. And even before that, they were rebelling against, like, their own institution. So how they would get drunk, if I remember correctly, was off of rubbing alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol and
Which
mouthwash.
We always used to, like, when you were younger, we used to, like, joke around about the mouth. Like, if you get pulled over by a cop, you're like, it's mouthwash. Right?
I know people that like. I have another story for you.
Insane
then.
alcoholics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, like, but these kids, I mean, like, they were doing this shit when they were, like, young. Because we met them when they were 18. So, like, where we could get drunk in high school, I mean, obviously, like, not legally, but we were doing it. We were, like, party kids. Like, these kids are not supposed to be doing any of this shit. It goes against their culture. It goes against the laws in that country. And they were like, yeah, we just used to get fucked up on rubbing alcohol. And you're like, oh, my God, I cannot even imagine
No,
what that
no,
feels
thank you.
like.
It's
Holy shit. Like, I don't drink vodka because it reminds me of, like, the smell of
I've
rubbing
tried
alcohol.
it.
That's
It's
stupid.
not great.
Why would you try
Dumb
it?
kids doing dumb shit.
Oh, my God, that's so dumb. That's like, and like, so
When you're like
sorry, guys, 'cause
17
I know most
and
of
it's
the
like
people that are
3 in the
listening to us-
morning.
I guess. Okay, no, I don't guess. But like, it's kind of like the stupid, like, shit situation where, like, you read about these dumbass kids in the news and they want to go out and they want to party and they want to get drunk, but they don't want to get in trouble for it. So they, like, shove a, like, vodka-soaked tampon, like, up their bodies. And you're like, these kids are, like, taking it way extreme. And they've been doing this shit for years. And
No,
you're
it's
like,
always
what
been a
the
thing.
hell
I
is
remember, like,
wrong with you?
I grew up in a trailer park. Don't forget that.
God.
Like, we used to do dumb shit.
I grew up in a town that resembled one.
I mean, fair.
But no, but
Not
like,
quite the same.
I mean, no, but I'm like, well, actually, the people in my town never did it because we always knew people that were older than us
Right?
that graduated that
Well,
were like your age. or
Yeah, and that was the thing. Is like, you could also, like, it was a little bit easier, like, to stroll your ass into a liquor store in a small town. Because, like,
Way
they're like,
easy.
yeah, whatever.
so easy.
Whereas, like, we had a little more difficulty in, like, Loveland, Fort Collins scenario, like, doing.
Yeah, because they.
My whole time in Iraq during Ramadan, and that was rare. But the Turkish guys had hazelnut whiskey, and it's the worst.
I know exactly about that fucking whiskey, and it is disgusting. You're
Never
not
had
wrong. It's fucking gross.
But I do know that like our Saudi
beer
Arabian
in
friends were
fucking Iraq.
really
I'm glad.
partial to
That's crazy you found it.
like a Scotch blend that I was like, you can't be drinking this shit.
Well, I remember like Fahad was like talking about like one time he went to Bahrain with his dad, and in Bahrain it's all legal there. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, like he was like the first time like I had like booze. I was like 18, like at home with my dad, and I was like,
Before Life 4 is now following.
thanks for the follow, appreciate that. But he was like, yeah, like he was like I just didn't like expect it. And I remember like the first time I met Fahad's brother.
Yeah.
It was here when.
Can't mix the taste away on.
Oh, definitely not. That shit's disgusting.
Wait, what?
The hazelnut whiskey is very gross. It's like rolling like a bad set of mead. I don't know if you've ever had mead.
Why Knuckling is now following.
Thanks for the follow, Mr. Dick Love.
Here we go. Here we go.
But
yeah, it's
I remember like
insane.
the first time I met like Fahad's brother, and like Fahad always said his brother's like very conservative, all this shit, and like
Yeah.
Fahad's wife at the time had gone with because they're weird, you know, with the whole, oh, my brother married this girl and then I
It's just
married
like
her
a different
sister.
Culture, yeah.
It is a very different
It's
culture.
a very different culture.
Smoking.
I think I got fucking. I think this one is lemon mint and blueberry mint.
A little bit of blueberry for sure.
There's also some bullshit Starbucks in there somewhere too.
I can't stop peeing right now.
It's all right. Dun, just some basic bullshit like Alfaker stuff, which is pretty much what you get now. Since Starbuzz bought Alfaker, and then Alfaker a couple years back bought Noctilus, so like all of them are Starbuzz now. I fucking miss Mizomit. You're old enough, you probably know Mizomit. If you don't know Mizomit, you missed out. Because that shit was the best. Like, absolutely the best shit. So you're a hookah smoker too. Well, what do you like to smoke? Fruity minty, get some fucking earthy. What do you got? What do you got? Because I'm definitely got fruit, minty. That's what I like. Mr. Dick Love. I love it. I that shit is so funny to me. I'm glad that I'm not the only person.
Lemon and blueberry, great combination.
Yeah. I just bought it today. Or maybe yesterday. I bought it yesterday. I think I got like some regular mint. Last week we were smoking. What was I smoking last week? I think I had like some Fantasia strawberry, some Alfaker licorice, and some Alfaker mint. I think we were like smoking some 2 apple too. I just threw away the last of my 2 apple. It was just ended, so good stuff. I'm glad I'm not the only person smoking the hookah on this scenario. That's how I know this girl over here is the hookah shit. No bunch of Saudis, but a bunch of random people. Like almost all my best friends all came from
we're
that.
just hookah bar kids.
Yeah, like Avery and Seth that'll be on here like back next week.
Yep.
Those are my fucking boys, and that's how I know both of them. Avery smokes a little bit still. Seth doesn't do it anymore, but you put some coals on.
I did.
I also
I just put
to
coals
take
on.
a leak.
Well, I don't know what to talk about. What are you guys talking about?
He was like lemon and blueberry, great combination.
Oh yeah, it's an amazing
Yeah,
combination.
it's kind of my jam. I'm gonna start this like making this bowl real quick, and then
Let's talk about these combos really quick. I worked in a hookah bar for 4 years. I know all the good the good stuff.
just to make the better bowls, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's why I make them
Okay.
every time.
Hookahshisha.com where I get mine.
Oh yeah, that used to be Hookah John, right? Wasn't that Hookah John?
I don't know, maybe.
Like back in the day? It's a humbling situation.
on the hookah shisha, like we buy it locally, so
Yeah, we are super lucky that we get to buy a lot of our products locally. And when the hookah bars were still around in this town for all the college kids before the age changed over to 21, you could just go to any hookah bar and buy all of your stuff there too. But it's a little more difficult now, but luckily we have a lot of people in this community that are from, the Middle East, that this is a big part of their culture. So and they own all these shops, so if they can't get it here, they just open up a shop so everybody can get it here, and it's amazing, and I love that. But it's a good combination. All right, let's see what's going on here. Well, I can't really tell who's talking to us right now. I think it's just Dick. I think Dick is just talking to us mostly. I think we both had to take like a little bit of a break. We have a bunch of friends watching us too, so they're all messaging me on Facebook right now, asking us what the fuck we're doing. And
My 3-foot bong more than my ukulele since cannabis is legal here now.
oh, that's cool. Like, what state are you in? like we're both in Colorado, so it's been legal here for a long time. But neither of us really smoke weed. We just kind of smoke weed in like situations where we're already there and it just happens to be put in front of us and we're like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. But we don't really smoke too much. But what state are you in? And also, a 3-foot bong by yourself, I feel like is that a lot to handle? Because that would be like right here,
I
right?
mean, that's a pretty decent rip. I was like having a barber on. We were gonna smoke weed and get fucking crunk one night.
There you go. Okay. So you're probably going to want to chime into that episode where Dick gets really super stoned with his barber. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a lot of fun. His barber's cool as shit.
For the person I randomly met, he is super fun. Like, cuts my hair fucking pretty dope.
You always have good hair?
Yeah, he's always a blast. He's cut all my friends' hairs now. Like,
Because you recommend him like crazy.
On Fridays and the Kate and Dick show seems good time.
Yeah, it won't be every time, but we'll try to do it more often than not.
That's really nice. Thank you. The Kate and Dick show is always a good time. I'm going to tell you a story about how the Kate and Dick show came to be. Because Dick and I have been friends for a while.
Long time.
A long time. And only recently have we really, really noticed that when we get together, if there's somebody else around us, and this is what we call it the Kate and Dick show, it just turns into the Kate and Dick show. And so somebody who wasn't a third wheel becomes a third wheel real quick.
Immediately.
And they never get a chance to say anything. Because we just sit here and we bullshit out with each other. Like, this is, like, what you guys are seeing right now, other than the microphones,
This is
exactly
pretty normal.
what we do in, like, real life.
Colorado Springs for 2 years, but before it went local.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
All right. Yeah, fucking link it up. Like, hang around. Like, let's party on that low stream scenario. Like, I'm trying to like build it out. Like, let's have some fun. Talk about some dumb bullshit that we all legal. Oh, before it was legal. Okay.
Yeah.
We just want to have some fun, and like everybody else wants to have some like fun, talk some bullshit. Like, put it all in here. Make it a thing. Be ground zero.
Like, I just really, like, I love that, like, we have the Dick's patio situation and then the segment of, like, the Kate and Dick show.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things because it really is just so much the Kate and Dick show. All we do is sit and talk to each other. And we do this every time we sit down and talk to each other, it goes just like this.
It's just garbage.
Yeah, we
And-
never run out of shit to talk
No.
about, which is insane. We just ended up being, like, insanely good friends for, like, a really good reason, I think, so.
How was the snow this year?
Man, I'm really bummed.
We
'Cause the
just
snow-
got dumped on today.
The snow is fucking amazing, and I blew my snowmobile up a couple weeks ago. Spent like $1,200 on that shit. Got to build a motor, do all the shit, and I really want to go this weekend because it's my birthday on like Tuesday. I got 5 days off. I want to fucking go real fucking bad.
Yeah.
But now I can't.
I told you to take your dad's.
Yeah, but that doesn't work that way.
What if I tell my mom to ask?
That might work
We have
out.
a running joke where Dick's dad has a crush on my mom, but it's not real. But it is really funny. It's a really funny joke. They're both married. Obviously, my mom is married to my dad, and then Dick's dad is married to a stepmom. But
So-
it's always a good joke to have around, like on hand.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a really good one. And it does exist for a reason. It doesn't just exist for
Oh, yeah.
bullshit.
My dad like
But it's one of my
my
favorite
dad talks to women like they're all his lovers.
Yeah,
like,
he
all the
loves-
time.
And then he talks to all of Dick's friends like he's known them their entire lives, and we're all his kids.
Yeah, that's the way he rolls. It's a weird scenario.
And like I can't like my mom was like, well, when I was talking to him, he was like, we love her. She's just like our kid. And I was like, yeah, this is the first time I met him.
Which at that time was not the first time,
It wasn't.
but it was
I
not
like-
far from it.
I
It was
like,
not
this
far
is
from
only
it.
the third time we've had like an interaction.
Because that's the way my dad operates, and it's like,
He just
shut the
loves-
fuck up.
Yeah, he loves all, but it's like such bullshit. But then, like, he just loves all of us. And now when I go in, him like, hi, and he's like, well, how much are you gonna pay me right now? And I'm like, That's a really good question. Like, let me negotiate this in my head.
Well, to preface
How much did Nick tell you you were gonna pay
to
me?
preface this, because we didn't like explain this. My family owns an automotive shop,
Oh yeah.
so like.
Oh yeah, I forget that you guys
Yeah.
know us. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a little
guys
bit more
don't know.
like to the scenario. Like my family owns an automotive shop. Like
That's probably sounded so like, how much do you owe?
yeah, just like very random. Like I'm gonna give you money. Why?
Bold move, sir.
But yeah, that's
Bold
why. Like she come in like get a battery or something like
get
that.
like a battery, like an oil change. Dick had been taking care of my Jeep since
You got
somebody
it
previous
before, yeah.
owned that Jeep.
My dad's
so.
lawyer. Actually, is Jeep.
Yes, like they've never got. So every time, like he's like, well, and he never knows what's going on. So he never knows when like my car is being pulled in. So he's just like, well, how much money do you owe me? Like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
no clue.
$50?
I could tell him like 35 times, and he's
I
like,
think I owe you
wait.
$50.
"Why are you here?"
But that's
'Cause-
like a good trust level too. He's like, how much are you gonna pay me? And I'm like, $50.
Carson, and it was my first time snowboarding down mountain.
Did you fucking do the tumble, 2-hour tumble like I did, like every time that I go?
Your first time snowboarding?
Yeah, when he's stationed at Fort Carson. At
Oh,
least you were
shoot.
fit, like in that, like
Yeah,
like
at least you could probably
military
handle
scenario.
a punch for sure.
Because you were like definitely used to getting beat down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's
So we appreciate you.
yeah. Thank you for your fucking service.
The first time my sister ever went snowboarding, she got so jazzed about it. But her first experience, Jamie, by the way, her first experience was on like her senior class snowboarding trip. And I've never cared about like skiing or snowboarding. And I've been in Colorado my entire life. And people think that's the craziest thing in the world. But
Well, you're not a hiking girl.
yeah, I really don't give a fuck about
yeah.
any of the shit. But like,
It's like that we're all drunk at all times. That's all it is.
I live in Fort Collins. But like Jamie like went snowboarding. She's like, I'm gonna snowboard because skiing is lame. I don't know, because all the like cool people.
Well,
snowboard.
especially back, like,
Right.
when we were first doing, because, like, she's a couple years
Right.
younger than I am, but, like, straight up, like, in that scenario.
She was like, all the cool people snowboard, and like she beefed it off the lift, and then
Everybody
she,
does.
Like, got back on her feet. And then fell over and then just tumbled all the way down. And she was like, and it was so embarrassing because everybody on the lift could hear me going like, oh shit, fuck, no.
Faster than I expected.
Oh, so you were yeah, if you're a skateboarder, then definitely you were good.
Yeah, you could acclimate. But like just her falling down the mountain is one of my favorite visuals in my head. And then she was like, I think I'm gonna snowboard again. And then she went out and bought all of this expensive like Dakine and Burton shit. And then never went snowboarding. She bought like the board, she bought the binding, she bought the boots, she bought the jacket, she bought the pants, like all of this cool shit. And then it just sat in storage for years.
See, and that's sad. Like, I'm lucky that, like, my roommate, he snowboards a ton.
Yeah.
So, like,
Wait,
the
which one?
last time I went, like, was opening day for Keystone.
Mm-hmm.
And me and Teddy went. And it was the year that I broke my legs. So, like, it sounds so with the TTS. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Yeah, the like
Ha ha.
the computer generated like voice. It's like so I'm like, I don't know if it's being an asshole.
But so we went on opening day for Keystone, and it was icy as fucking. I hadn't gone in 10 years,
Yeah.
and it literally could have been a 2-hour blooper reel of just head, feet, head, feet, head, feet, head, feet, like the
Yeah, that
whole-
was Jamie. And then she's just cussing all the way down the mountain, and like all these people on the lift were like, "Oh, good, you made it out alive." And she was like, "What do you mean?" She's all bruised up and like fucked up. And they're like, "Well, we heard you fall. We saw you falling down the mountain, but we also heard you." And you're like, "Fuck, shit, fuck," and like they were like,
Sounds like a very Garfield
they were
scenario.
Like, I
on
wish
that.
we had like camera phones at this point. Like, and to be
Right.
fair, me too. If like one of those people could have shared that with me, I would have been like, "That's
Just
going
rolling
there."
the scenario.
I'm like, we're gonna share that at her graduation.
So fucking good. And I could see her just being just the most angry person on that, fully.
She's angry anyway. So.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because it's not like me. I'm angry with life, but like I'm not like angry when I'm like trying to like do stuff, right?
I'm not angry with life.
I am angry with life because you know me. That's just what it is. I'm angry. I'm dick for a reason.
You're not angry.
Uh,
You used to be angry.
I'm much less angry, but I definitely am still angry. Definitely yelling at somebody driving on the road the other day.
I yell at people all the time. Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Fuck you, stay in your lane.
That was somebody talking to me today, actually. So
Run over and put it in here. Run over and put it in.
Okay, so I was driving down the road to Dick's house, obviously where we're having this podcast right now. And I'm driving, and the roads are covered in snow and slush, and already at night, it's not a good situation for me to see the lines on the road, but especially when shit's covering them up. So I'm driving down Prospect, and I hit College and Prospect, and I see the lines, because where it goes off
curve
the
a little
turn
bit.
lane, and then it's your right lane, and I'm literally driving right down the middle on the line. And I'm like, oh, we should probably pop over into my, and the truck behind me was like, I swear to God.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I swear to God.
Because if it was
sorry.
me,
I was
you know,
not in front of me. I was
all
in front
that
of him
shit
enough
that
he couldn't do anything.
all that shit would have made me being like, "What the fuck are you doing? You dumb, you dumb bitch! You can't fucking do it." But you can.
No, I couldn't.
And you can also roll the fucking the depths of the sides. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just angry and I hate people that drive.
I have so many cube and circle-shaped burns on my carpet from those hookity bricks.
See, I'm lucky on that one. Where I'm at now, we painted the floors, so it's got a lacquer paint on it, like a car paint. So it doesn't give a shit as long as you don't leave it on it. No carpet, but I definitely understand that. We've lived in carpeted places where the hookah coals destroy everything. Reminds me of a story way back in the day, 2009. It's 10 years ago plus. I'm at a friend's house, and him and his roommates are disgusting, straight up disgusting. And we're just sitting there, or I'm sitting there. I come after work. They let me do whatever I wanted there. They were like, whatever, do your thing. So I'm sitting there, and I'm smoking a hookah bowl or whatever, and I twist the hose a little bit, and the hookah goes fucking ka-ka, ka-ka. And it fucking pumps these fucking hookah coals off right into a giant trash pile behind the couch. Because these kids were disgusting. Lights this whole fucking trash pile on fire. Burns that shit fucking through the fucking carpet. All this shit. I'm trying to put it out. Trying to burn this fucking house down. And they're like, why did you do that, bro? I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have a fucking landfill behind your fucking couch, you fucking clowns. It's still my fault, but don't have a trash can or trash landfill basically behind your couch. Clean your garbage up. This is Nicky G and Ponsalo.
Yeah.
It was pretty gross.
It's disgusting.
It's pretty gross. But yeah, circle and square holes in carpet is a very normal scenario.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Got Dick Love smoking hookah, drinking beers with us right now.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's what he gets. I have a 90-pound lab named Max that loves to knock over my shit.
Oh my God. I have a 75 Belgian Malinois mix that when you get him going,
Oh yeah.
he's taken down plenty of hookahs.
So yeah, that lab definitely is fuck you and fuck your
Totally
couch.
understand that. Yeah.
So fucking funny. Dogs and their shit. Where are we at on this fucking time frame here? I don't even fucking know. We've been we're almost 2 hours. How you feeling?
We're almost 2 hours in. How do you guys feel? I think we're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, we're having a good
still.
time.
Yeah.
Let's not keep it rolling, just talking a bunch of bullshit as we
might
do.
As well. I knew we were going to do this.
Yeah.
This is going to be 6 hours long.
Maybe once we're a little more drunk, fucking watching shows and doing the thing,
yeah.
roll on here, but we ain't going nowhere. It's snowing outside.
Picture in the back on the monitor. LOL.
Oh yeah, I fucking posted it. That's my sister.
Oh.
So I posted it earlier in the chat. If you you can't see it probably, but I can post it again. There, I posted it again for you, Lily. Still fucking hilarious. Everyone that sees it is like, what the fuck? And I'm like, that's my family. And I'm proud of it.
That's my fam.
I'm proud.
High at the line going down too easy, LLL.
Well,
I know this one.
yeah,
all too well.
we know about the going down
Yeah.
too easy.
Especially like I'll be through a bottle of wine before I even know like what the hell is going on.
Yeah. I love when like you call me like when like you're like partially through.
Hey,
You're like,
come
you're
over
like,
and hang out with me, and
you
also
might
bring
be-
more alcohol.
like, don't judge me. I'm like, cause I never would anyways.
judge
Like,
me.
get the fuck out of here.
Well, don't judge me. It's a Monday, and it's 6.
And I'm like, I also want to be that shit faced on a Monday. I see like this like one of my favorite comedians right now. She's like posting a bunch of like. She's been posting for like a while, like about like this book that like Stop Her from Drinking or whatever.
Nikki Glazer?
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't care.
For sure.
Not because like you shouldn't stop drinking or whatever, like, but I like drinking, and I like drinking on days that I'm not
drinking.
supposed to drink.
Oh my God, Tuesdays.
It's like
are
my
shit.
favorite.
Tuesdays are my jam, and
I
I,
know.
don't know why, but every Tuesday I'm like, I think I'm gonna get
I know,
shit
like,
done right now.
I think you should come hang out on
hate
like
myself on a Wednesday.
on Tuesday on my birthday at the bowling alley
That's a very possible situation.
because it's gonna get rowdy.
I might do that. I actually might wear this sweater.
I'm wearing it, so
I can't believe you didn't wear it tonight. I thought for sure, like, if I didn't wear this, you'd be wearing it. So I was like, I'm gonna wear it. Because if I don't wear it, you're gonna be wearing it. And if I do wear it, you might still be wearing it.
yeah, I thought about it
By the way, we have matching sweaters.
from Crystalia because
We
good
love
shit.
a good comedy.
Good shit. Yeah, I'm gonna wear it on Tuesday. Just like the no dance.
I'll
Like,
wear it on
I'm
Tuesday.
gonna be so fucked on Tuesday. I
gonna
have
be
Wednesday
fun.
off, so
It's
I'm
gonna be great.
good. Like I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. I'm gonna be fucking just. I was telling everybody like at work, like I was like I had like do like this whole like, hey, like me and this guy are not here, and we're the only people that do this one job. Danny, I'm the only person that does the same job as Danny does.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't do this, which is the only job that we do. Like we're the only two people that do it. Don't do this to all our project managers. And I was like, and then I'm gone like Tuesday and Wednesday also. And they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm going on a 5-day bender. And they're like, fucking dope! Because we also want to do that shit. Like,
Yeah. I always feel like I hate it when people look at us and they're like, oh my gosh, hashtag team like no sleep. Like, look at Kate and Dick over there. They're getting brunch at like 6 in the morning because they haven't slept tonight. Like, what the fuck? Like, they haven't slept at all. Like, what are they doing? And then it's like, I know you wish you could do this shit.
yeah, right? Oh, because I want to
Because
sit at
people tell us
home
all the time.
and go to sleep? No!
We don't even sleep anyway. We're both insane insomniacs, so we
know.
better put it to work. Like,
Oh, yeah.
at least be productive with it.
That's what I've always told like, people. I was like, I don't sleep at all. Like, I sleep. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like a little bit, but I really don't like to sleep. I really like. I hate that I have to sleep.
I hate going to bed. That's
And
one
like,
of my least favorite things.
I'll sleep for like a couple hours. Like my body's like very much like 4 or 5, and I'm awake. Much like Saturday. Like we went to sleep at like 2, almost 3, and I was up at 8. Like just hanging out, doing my thing. And I'm like, I can do so much more shit. Not sleeping. Like that's the way that I've looked at my life.
Gotta cough this out real quick.
Yep.
How can I make this?
That was like the girliest
I think I had the black lung. It hurts to cough though because remember when I told you like I
Yeah.
slept on my like hand. It literally
Yeah,
feels
like,
like
did the-
somebody punched me in the sternum last night. Maybe somebody did. We don't know.
Nobody did. Maybe you punch yourself in the fucking lungs.
That's always a possibility
Yeah.
too.
Decline is 27% in past
Holy shit! 27%?
old people knew how to turn a little into a lot.
That's true.
27%, bro? I'm kind of jealous because we're drinking this 20% hypnotic right now. Let's one more drag. We're almost. Is this?
We're
This is
almost done with it.
17%.
But these beers are 7%.
No, well, these ones are, but they also underrate them shit too. That fucking The Rally King's
strong
underrated.
beers.
Yeah.
Because these are really strong beers. Like, okay, I'm drunk now. So, but okay, so Dick and I can like both hold our own pretty fucking well. We can drink a lot, and I'm not trying
Too
to
much,
brag about
too much.
this.
It's
Yeah,
too
we
much.
can drink too much. But like when we put down like a 6-pack of this, if we each did it, there's like no fucking way.
Dude, it's
That's how strong
it's a
these
brutal
beers are.
beer. Like I remember, like
It's a
that's how like
strong,
Seth
strong
broke
beer.
his fucking face open was because of these beers, and that was 3 of them. He was obliterated on
And
3
Seth
of
still
them.
has a bedtime at 9:00.
Yeah, we don't. I'm kind of wishing they would have been awake till I call in because it'd been fun. Jack didn't get back to me, as I expected. I guess get to your wife and your dogs and your shit. Like, don't like. I'm not like mad, but at the same time, it's like,
That makes me feel like I want to talk shit about our friends, but I don't.
oh
But-
wait, I got a fucking happy birthday from a guy I haven't talked to in a while.
You got a happy birthday early? Mm-hmm. That's really nice.
This guy is fucking. He was like a Tony staple forever, and I knew him like way back in the day when we used to like race toy cars. This guy, so like I'm a pretty like decent sized dude. Like I'm not like tiny, I'm not big, I'm just like decent sized, right?
Beefy.
Yeah, I'm a guy.
We call him Beefy.
No, that's never been said.
I call him Beefy.
But this guy,
Nice way.
this guy is like 6'8"
Oh my god.
and like wide and like fucking wide. Oh, also
How wide is he?
like he's a good 4 feet wide. It's such a silly scenario, but yeah, he's like 6'8", big boy. He's super nice, super good dude. But he wide.
I'm just trying to make it.
But he's a big boy. Like, he's probably like, at the time, like when I first met him, he was probably like 380, 390. But like, he was just a big boy. He's just big, like not fat, just big. He's a big guy. And
Recipe got a pen. 1 quart wheat, 1.5 package active yeast, 4.5 to 6 pound sugar, 2 pound golden raisins, 2 gallon water.
2 pounds of golden raisins. Interesting.
Well, they're grapes.
How long are we fermenting that? 1 quart wheat, 1.5 package active yeast.
I gotta pee again.
Man, just letting it rip.
Tell me about it.
Just letting it rip. Just letting it rip. Just rip. So we got 1 quart wheat, 1.5 package active yeast, 4.5 to 6 pounds of sugar. Damn, that's a lot of sugar. That's why it's such a high proof. 2 pounds of golden raisins. I don't know if I've ever seen golden raisins in a fucking like booze scenario. Let me like I'm gonna copy that down my sticky note scenario. Cause I have room to like do that now. And I've been like thinking about like growing some stuff and like, oh, just get out of here with this fucking WordPress bullshit. All right, it's saved. I got some room now, so maybe I can like grow, like, you know, make some, like, how long are you fucking like fermenting that? What do you?
Sweep and drain. Boil water, let cool.
Okay. Wash, wheat and drain. Boil water and let cool. And that's all you're doing? Man, that's a lot of sugar though. 4 to 6 pounds of sugar is a bunch. I like it though. That's good. I'll like work it out. Any tips on that shit? Like, let me know. Like, I'm down. Like, try. I'm the kind of guy that like runs like anything I can do myself. I think my roommate's like, not gonna shit, listen to some bullshit music upstairs, which is typical. We all should listen to bullshit music and get drunk. We all like it. We all like it. Some weird country, some weird EDM. Just do it. Just fucking do it. So like roll some of my pals in this bitch. Don't you care about your future? So he gave us this recipe for his wheat wine.
I heard of it.
Small bowl dissolve yeast. Add all ingredients into 5-gallon bucket or crock.
All right. Okay. On to that cheap shit. How you feeling over here?
Like, get you fucked up shit, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good. How do
Good.
you feel?
I feel great.
I feel amazing.
So I'm on like 2.5 hours of sleep.
I know, same. Yeah, so I'm like, oh. I'm
Okay.
probably going to be like a little delirious in like an hour. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be, like,
perfect. I mean, it's only fucking
hallucinating.
11. We've been doing this for like a couple hours now. It's pretty fun so far.
I
I'm
love
having a
it.
good fucking time.
I really like
We got
this.
fucking Dick Love over here telling us how to make some fucking wheat wine.
Yeah, and I'm into it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, these guys are awesome.
Yeah. Except for fucking Fred Rocks.
So that
Fuck
piece
Fred
of
Rocks.
shit.
Flintstones! Beat the Flintstones!
Jesus Christ. You know, and you guys, nobody was here when he like said that.
Yeah.
So he's, we don't know anything about this person,
No.
obviously. But I hate it when people chime in and they're like, don't you like feel bad about yourself? Like he was like, what are your morals? And I'm like, well,
I feel bad about nothing.
I have a standard for
Yeah.
sure.
We're gonna drink some wheat wine in a couple months. I'm gonna
Friday
make this
night,
shit.
It caps out here.
Oh, I got a fucking response from Jack over here.
Wow, finally.
I was pretty drunk in a loud place. Maybe next time. No, like just
Tell him to get on it.
okay. What about now? What about now?
Cover with towel, make sure the fumes can escape. Don't seal it tight or it will blow up completely.
Oh, this sounds like my kind of plan. Kind of dangerous.
Sounds like
A little bit dangerous. I'm
we
kind
might
of
be
in.
making some wheat wine, which is fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of like down. Like we have like I have room now. I got plenty of room.
I think we're gonna have to make it out in the shed
Well, I have a garage too.
or like in the garage.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
Smelly.
yeah.
It's a smell. I mean, benefits of shitty situations. We don't have no baby in this house now, so we're good.
That's also true.
Not my baby.
That
not
sounds
your
bad.
baby.
Yeah.
No
Neither of our babies.
No, no,
Neither of our babies.
none of our
We don't
babies.
have babies. Neither of us have babies.
No babies. But yeah, we don't have that problem anymore.
Yeah.
There's a plus for this
Yeah, we're
scenario.
kind of back to like party house mode.
I know we're like have to like set the beer pong table up. What do you like? You're doing it.
I'm insanely popular right now.
I mean, half of my people are watching what we're doing now, so half.
Sorry.
There's no fucks. So blow. You saying don't blow the container up. So towel, make sure things are don't seal tight.
Don't blow the container up.
I have a question. What if I want to blow the container up?
Yeah. So
Like
quick question.
we kind of have this like thing where both of us kind of want to destroy things.
So we have just some people we don't like. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Kind of.
You brought it home.
I'm winding down for an early morning.
Early morning.
How long have you been
doing
going? It's
what?
only 2 hours now.
Jackson.
Jack. Fucking Jack.
Let sit 21 days in like dark closet or basement, it will smell. Do not disturb.
So
Okay, so
21
how
days.
do we feel about putting it in a garage?
Well,
Like,
no,
can
I
we
have
make
this
it in
room
the
here,
garage?
right here too. We can use
The
it.
laundry room?
Well, yeah, in the back where nobody goes.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have brought my laundry over tonight.
There's always whenever.
I didn't even think about it.
Always whenever. Just coming out.
Laundry right now.
It's coming out whenever. Say, hey, doing this.
I could literally come to your house and like come down here and you wouldn't even know that I'm here.
Apparently that's happened.
That has happened.
Where
I leave my wallet here all the time. So one day I came down to get it and Dick was playing games and I was like, I don't, like, if he didn't hear me clonking down the stairs, because I was wearing heels that day anyway. So I was like, if he didn't hear me clonking down the stairs, like, I really don't want to bother him.
And let's sit 7 more days.
So we're looking at like a 29, 30 day turnaround. All right. Okay. Continue your story.
So I was clonking down the stairs. And I actually didn't even, either I didn't think you were awake or I didn't think you were home. Because I was coming down the stairs so loud. And you weren't like, hey. And so I was like, oh, he's not here. And then when I turned around and you were like sitting, I was like, oh.
I had my headset on.
And I was like, hey. And he like didn't turn around and just grabbed my wallet. And I was like, all right. And I just like laughed. And you were like, when did you come get your wallet? And I was like,
Yeah, because I was like, I'm sitting 3 feet away from
like,
it.
you were sitting right there. And I was like, oh, earlier today. I was like, probably around 2. And you were like, I was sitting right there. I was like, I know. I'm more. Also,
This-
I was
this
pretty
is-
salty.
this is why-
I was salty as hell.
That wasn't even my fault.
No, but I was salty anyway.
This is not my fault. It's not my fault. You can't.
I don't even know where the other half of this household was.
In his room sleeping.
Sleeping it off.
Yeah.
God, the rest of us have to get up and do shit. Like play
Well-
games. Had to go eat lunch.
I was like, you can't say hi to me? Like,
Well, I didn't want to be like, I came down in the same situation today, and you were like, hi, and then like I couldn't tell if you were talking to me or like somebody else, and you knew I was here.
yeah. I heard it
You
this
didn't know I
time.
was
I didn't know you were coming because you didn't tell me you were coming.
I didn't think you were gonna be here.
That's never like on a Sunday after like a drinking scenario.
Well, I thought it was like Family Sunday.
Yeah, at 2 p.m. I don't go over there until like 5. You know this.
Well, sometimes you do.
I'm halftime I'm with you when I have to like
That's
leave.
also true.
So you know the time frame. It's all good. I was like,
Sediment on bottom and look cloudy. Only way to fix is wine clarifier. It's $11. Make slurry. Add to wine. Let sit 3 days.
all right, okay, all right.
Are you writing this down?
I'll
writing
save
all
all of it
this
before I close the scenario. I already saved like the actual ingredients.
Oh, cool.
All right. Finish off what we need to do for this fucking wheat wine, Dick Love. And then I need to know something like, what are you into, Dick Love?
What do you mean? What is he into?
I just like anything, like
Like-
games. Like, why is he on Mixer? Like, what is he like doing? Like, what is he doing with his life?
I think he's just having like his
No,
alone
like
time.
no, I that's perfectly okay. I just want to I want some more like interaction. Like maybe I can like talk to you about it. Like whatever it is.
I am really enjoying the situation though. Like, obviously, he's like a nice person to talk to.
Yeah, he's not a bad person by any means. I love
Yeah,
it.
we've
I
already
love
talked
it.
to one shitty person tonight.
Yeah.
So
Fuck
it's nice
Fred
to
Rocks.
not- it's nice to not have another.
So we got like a fucking good dude name's Dick. Got the thing. His parents are hilarious. Named him Dick Love.
It's just a dick show at this
Yeah. Dick's Patio, right here.
point. Squared, if you will.
Squared. So like that's kind of like where we're like going with. I'm like, finish off your fucking like your instructions.
Into a motorcycle rally is just a big part.
I was born in Sturgis, South Dakota. I know a fucking bike rally, sir. If you are a sir,
And
this
he
is
goes
this
back
is crazy
constantly.
before life. This is the guy that was 51 with the kids, that 8 and 10.
Yeah.
So yes, I have been to a bike rally. Have you been to a bike rally? What can you what give me a story. I want a story.
Where is he? Did he tell us where he is? Is he
Crazy Before Life-
He's in Illinois.
No, that was Dick Love.
Oh, which dick are we talking about?
This is a different guy.
Layer segment on bottom. Now's fun part. Siphon into wine bottles. Make sure tube doesn't suck in segment.
Okay. Continue that. But I also want to know like some shit. Let's get some cool stories. Let's do some stuff.
Yeah, tell us about
So
yourself.
you told me like the
I think
Korea,
let's
the
dive- let's
Iraq,
find
all
some,
that
like,
stuff.
fun
Like give me
things.
some more stuff like that. Like continue like your recipe, all that. What?
I know.
It's been
So something weird is going on, and now I'm just a habitual peer. So I'm here, but I'm.
Well, you've always
Also
been,
out.
but this is a little excessive.
I know.
Corporate and good to go. Okay.
You think I'm happy about this? You think this is?
No, I don't think you're happy about it. I'm just like,
I'm not happy about it.
so you're in Indiana. Where at in Indiana? I actually like some Indy. So, motorcycle in Indy, rally in Indy. Have you been to Sturgis? Because you're like you're like the prime age for like the Sturgis scenario. I mean, your kids are a little bit on the young side, but you're right in that range. Man, I'm pretty excited to make this fucking wheat wine now. Because at worst, I don't like it, but I'm still gonna drink it because I'm stupid.
I was in Army traveled world was truck driver seen and done what?
All right, so you were a truck driver. I'm guessing you weren't driving for Swift. Normally, like my boy,
Kentucky.
closer to Kentucky than Indiana. All right. So my boy Seth, the normal nights we have Seth here, and he's a truck driver too. He owns his own like tandem dump truck, does the paving, does the shit.
Yeah.
So you've done a lot in the Army. I know you were in Iraq. That's fucking cool. Sucks, but still cool. Truck driver. What were you driving around? Who were you driving around for? Mm-hmm. We're not done with this yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. All right, closer to Kentucky. Give me a city. Give me.
The most original tasting wine you've ever had.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard of like a wheat wine scenario. So I'm kind of down. That sounds pretty easy. Just let it sit and do its thing.
Don't blow up the house.
Yeah, don't
blow
fucking
anything
seal it
up.
hard. All right, Dick Love. If you can be doing anything right now,
Farms haul grain all over.
Okay.
well, that's true. Local farms do haul grain all over.
Yeah, I'm from a farming town.
Yeah, and I've helped out on farms. I have some stories about some donkeys getting the shit beat out of them, which is a pretty funny story. You've heard this story, but it's one of my favorite stories to tell ever. So, some of the people that have been on here for like a couple hours now, they know that my family was an auto shop.
Yeah.
My dad loved to ship me out to help his customers
Of course.
for some fucking garbage.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
And I remember like, I don't know if I've told you this whole story actually.
Yeah, but I just know it on like a
So
circumstance.
no,
anyway.
you know the part I'm going to tell later. But like, what started with this scenario is these guys would come in and they had early '90s F-250, and so like much like your Bronco style, like that styling.
Love that Bronco.
But it was a pickup, F-250, 460, like big block, terrible gas mileage, way terrible.
Yeah, I only got 8 miles, so
Yeah,
yeah, nothing.
always didn't matter what you were doing. 8
Didn't matter.
miles. But they would always ask my dad, like, "Hey, like, can we like hook this truck to our trailer up to their truck and like go do whatever they like wanted to do?" And like, "Hey, like, let's have your son drive it." And I was like, a young kid, 16, 17 years old. I didn't really think about it. I was just doing whatever I was told to do.
Yeah.
So I go like, I'd hop in their truck and they'd be in there like doing the thing. And it was probably the second time I was like doing it. Maybe the first time, but probably the second time. And I realized like these guys are getting fucking drunk. They're like just drinking out of this they're getting fucking hammered. And And I realized like they're hiring me to go like do like their bullshit.
To be their driver, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm 16, 17 years old. I can't drink.
Yeah.
Well,
We were all drinking.
yeah.
You weren't drinking.
I wasn't drinking on
Yeah.
the job doing the thing because they just want to get fucked up. And they're the farm and like out by LaPorte. There's that road that goes to LaPorte, like where like Overland goes to LaPorte. I'm sure you've driven out there.
Yeah, it's where the campground is.
So like
Yeah.
when you ride through like that and you go to like 287, like their farm was just to the southeast of there.
It's one of my favorite rides.
Yeah, it's a fun scenario.
So pretty out there.
And but all they want to do is get fucked up. That's all they want. That's all they want is getting fucked up. So they'd hire me. Put my
I love this story
my
because
trailer.
literally last weekend we were doing car beers down to a concert. And like walking through like Denver, just drinking beers like on the street
Right.
so we could like go to this concert.
Yeah.
And then on our way back we were like also still getting drunk.
Yeah. Oh, nobody heard that.
We heard that, you guys. We
yeah.
weren't the drivers.
Just car beers.
Yeah, just car beers.
So they're getting fucked up. And I'm 16, 17. I don't really realize it. I'm like, oh, once I realize, I'm like, I see what's going on here. They want me to like pick up their shit, do the thing, whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm getting paid. I'm not like crying that bad about it. And they're like a good hang too. Like they're like fun to hang around with. Like they're nothing like, they're like a problem. Like we're like, fuck you, like fuck this shit. Like they're actually like pretty fun. So like we're like, they're doing their thing, I'm picking their shit up or whatever.
Yeah.
And one day they're like, hey, like, to my dad, they're like, oh, like, we're going to, like, Vegas. And we're like, all of us, the whole farm, we need someone to, like, take care of this farm. And we're like,
Oh, and this is where you got like the farm job?
yeah, the farm scenario.
Okay.
Like, so they told my dad, and they're like, oh, Nick will handle it.
You know who knows a farm? My son.
Yeah,
He's never been on a farm in his life.
And that's not
Can fucking
true, but like
handle
I've like dealt with it a little bit, but like I haven't
worked a farm.
like
Yeah.
like by myself like scenario.
yeah,
Like
it's a
I've thrown some
lot of
hay, I've
fucking
done like the
work.
thing.
It's so much work.
So like like as they're there and they're gone for like 2 weeks to like do whatever they're doing.
What?
So
Who the fucking goes somewhere
I'm
for 2 goddamn?
seven-
Is it rodeo guys?
No,
Who's doing shit for 2 weeks?
they don't care. They're just drunk. They have money. They do
Oh
the
my
thing.
god, they have animals on this place?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm 17.
damn.
I have never like I've done some farm shit. Like I've done a little bit. Like I've fixed farm stuff and tractors and all that. But
Oh my god, but they have animals on this farm?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you're taking care of a whole farm by yourself?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
there's 15
Damn.
goats. There's 16 horses. There's a fucking like. There's no cattle on this one, luckily. 'Cause
That is lucky. That
Yeah.
But even like that many, like that's a
There's
lot
a
of
few
livestock
donkeys, a
sitting-
couple mules, like and chickens. And I'm like,
That is an insane
they
amount
don't
of
tell
work.
me how to do anything. They're like, oh, this guy.
You got this.
Yeah, you're 17. We were told that you can do whatever you want to do.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh. So I'm 17, like fucking taking care of this fucking farm, like,
You're in this extended. Oh.
yeah. They're like, see you later. We'll see you in like 2 weeks. And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how to do any of this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm trailer trash. I didn't grow up in a farm.
It's crazy.
I know a little about. I know how to work on cars and do that. Like I know how to do that. And like they're like, yeah, just feed all the animals. Like all the hay's over there.
You're all feed them what?
Yeah, no, and that's what it was. And I was like,
Fuck, am I supposed to feed these?
what the fuck are you talking about? And I remember like the first day, and this is like the first day. And then looking back, I realized what happened, but like, I was like, I'm like doing my shit, and I hop over like one of the gates and like started like taking the shit, and I like lightly kicked by a horse, like nothing crazy, didn't like hurt like me at all, like other
Just
than
like kind of like got him up.
like ha, like he was like, what the fuck are
Yeah.
you doing? And that's when I learned like when I shouldn't be behind horses like that way.
Just touch them so they know you're back there.
Yeah, like let them know, like don't scare them, do the thing. But that's when I like ran into this fucking like ornery ass donkey. And 17,
They're
I'm way more angry. They're very smart animals.
Yeah, I know, which makes them assholes.
Oh, ass. Definitely.
Insane.
Yeah. So I'm out there like feeding the fucking like horses and then the mules and the donkeys. Like I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm just throwing hay. I'm just doing the thing. And this donkey's being an asshole because like he doesn't know who I am. He
Right,
like knows what's
yeah,
happening.
he's
Like
It was half-mile house literally in middle cornfield. Mice were a problem, but having 8-foot tall corn all around was sweet.
8 foot tall corn, always sweet.
I understand
wrong.
that. I come from farm country. It's my favorite time of the year. Is like almost harvest
Oh,
season.
corn season's great.
Yeah, like I love it.
Yeah.
You can find me out there
Always.
pretty much every time. Like you can't get a hold of me in Fort Collins. You're like she's out there.
And I don't blame you on that one at all. And that was like kind of the thing. I was like, but like go back to my story. I'm throwing these like the hay out, like trying to feed these horses and do the thing. 'Cause there's quite
Yeah.
a few.
Yeah.
This donkey's just being a general asshole. Like he's like, I'm putting it in the bin. I don't. He's out with the there's 4 or 5, and I'm feeding him with the horses, and only this.
Corn type shit.
Yep, children corn type shit. It's true.
It's my shit.
So I'm feeding these fucking horses, and this donkey's just being an asshole the whole time. Because he's like, why are the people that normally are here not here? That's all it was. And they're like, oh, you're the substitute teacher, basically.
And basically, you're screwed.
And they're like, he's like, ha,
He's the problem child.
I'm going to fuck
Yep.
with you.
He's the problem.
Well, this asshole, like, probably like 3rd or 4th day in, he's like, being a big asshole. He kicks me pretty fucking hard. Like, just for no reason. Like, I didn't scare him or anything. He's just being one of those guys.
Yeah.
And being the angry 17-year-old that I am, I go tackle this motherfucker as hard.
Adulate.
Oh, I beat the shit out of this fucking donkey just because, like, I'm used to, like, goats and stuff, like, from this other farm that I worked on, like, occasionally.
Yeah.
Where, like, you have to, like, show your dominance. Well, this donkey's just like, I'm going to fuck with you until you're going to fucking do this. I beat the fuck out of that fucking donkey as best I could, which is not beating the fuck out of a donkey, honestly. Like, it's not doing anything, this donkey.
It's a hard situation.
They don't, their skin's so hard, you're not doing anything to
Yeah,
them.
you're actually not hurting them.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we're wrestling now, we're having a good time. But either way, in this scenario, was like, I'm not somebody to fuck with, me as, 17.
Right.
So, like, we become pals, like, straight up. He was like, fucking, like, always hanging out, like, doing the thing. Like, he was, like, having a good time at that point. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
he's realizing that he's like, I'm not, like, the person like to be fucked with. And, like, every time I went out there after, like, after the people came back or doing whatever, he was like, fuck yeah, hang out with me. Yeah. And it was like one of those, like, weird moments. It's like, when you're 17, you don't fucking know what's going on at all.
Oh my gosh, you have no fucking idea.
Especially, like, when you
you're
don't,
17 years old.
grow up in that scenario.
Oh my god. So we were talking about this. I was talking to my mom the other day, or actually last night, and she was telling me this insane story about how she's been in the ER, not her specifically, but she took my dad to the ER like earlier this week for like kidney stones. And then that
Needs to
same
drink more
day
water.
took Jamie to the ER because she had an insane asthma attack. And then Jamie, like, my dad is, like, sick at the house, right? Because he's getting through these kidney stones.
Mm-hmm.
And Jamie's like, well, Cody's coming over. Like, her boyfriend,
Yeah.
her ex-boyfriend. Like, you know who
Things.
I'm talking about. People don't know who I'm talking
People. Julie
about.
ain't
My mom
watching
was like,
this, so
I
they're
don't
fine.
think so. And Jamie was like, well, I already told him that he was, so he is. And my mom was like, well, this is my house, and you live here because we said that you could. Like, you're fucking 32 years old. Like, you don't get to, like, decide, like, the shit that goes on in my home.
Yeah.
And, it just, like, it fucking, like, killed me. I was like, it's so weird because, like, without backstory, because you already know it, obviously the girl is, like, who she is. But I was like, she gets so upset, like, I'm like, she is literally, like, dealing with, like, a 15-year-old kid. Like, your brain isn't, like, developed enough yet, and all you do is care about yourself. So, like, it's, like, dealing with, like,
It never stopped.
that biggest asshole in your life because they're like, me. And you're like, I get it. But also not you.
No. It works the same way as the animal scenario. Like, again, like that fucking donkey, he loved me once I was like, no, you can't fuck with me. That's not the way
Yeah.
this works. And people are the same way when it comes down to it. Like, if you're like, no, you can't intimidate me,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Sorry, keep going.
What?
Godwood just messaged me and he was like, I want to be a part of these shenanigans.
Finally have my own shit.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Congrats on your fucking house. Fuck yeah. I've tried for many years to have my own house. It hasn't worked out for various reasons. Mainly, broke my legs. Spent 50 grand fixing that shit. But good fucking shit for you. Like, owning your own house, doing your shit. A fucking God would
Yeah, that,
always
like-
be fucking on the shit. Like,
Especially like for my part of our generation, it's almost like non-existent unless you have parents that have like an insane amount of money.
right? Well, the thing is, like, I'm nearly there. Like, I'm not far from it. I said to Tom, you going to pee again?
know.
Jesus
I know.
fuck!
It's the tight pants, dude. The pants are tight. They're just pushing.
Good for you on that house scenario. Like, I'm proud of you. You're 30. Like,
VA home loan.
oh yeah, that's a plus. Take advantage of that fucking shit you earned. You fucking earned that VA stuff. Don't let anybody tell you any different. You fucking earned that shit. Good. Fuck yeah. Own a house. Get some value to your shit. I'm lucky that, like, I live with one of my best friends. Yeah, definitely Army benefits. I live with one of my best friends, and, like, he's a good fucking dude. Pain in my ass, but he's a good fucking dude. And shit's cheap. And I make enough money that I'm close to, like, being able to do it. Like, I wasn't in the military. I wouldn't work well with the military scenario. Never have. Authority is not good with me. And I know, like, in the Army, it beats it into you, but, like, I can't do it. So I'm fucking proud of you. Get your shit. Do your thing. How old are you? Like, just let me know. But yeah, fuck yeah. Take advantage of that shit.
Appreciate it, thank you.
Take advantage of that shit. You earn that. You earn that VA loan. Always. Every time. A friend of mine, like, he recently got a house, like, doing that VA stuff. He was in the reserves for Army. And fucking proud of him, too. Like, the war fucked him up a little bit. And it's sad. But he worked hard, did the thing, was trying to make something out of it. Get a beautiful, beautiful little boy. But the reality is, take advantage of what you've earned. Don't ever let it be. I'm excited to fucking, like, make this fucking wine. I will. Here in, like, a month. Maybe two. Maybe I'll push it off a little bit, but, like, 2 months, I'll fucking make this wine.
I'm 80% disabled, kind of have hermit syndrome.
Kind of have hermit syndrome.
He just wants to stay home.
Well,
Right?
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
just
thought.
staying at home. 80% disabled. Is it just the hermit syndrome, or, like, we get on, like death, like physical problems, like whatever I can do to, like, you know, like, try to help you pass it. Let me know. I got you. And we'll help you with this hermit syndrome too. We'll get you out of that stuff, because, like, me and this girl over here, all we know how to do is fucking, like, talk to people and, like, be silly with them and, like,
Yeah, that's what we do.
have a good fucking time. That's all it is. You're talking to us.
Yeah, you picked a good podcast to hop on.
You can.
Because I understand, like, when people are like, oh my God, these people are too nuts for us. But in reality, we're just like, we're having a good time, and we want you to have a good time
Yeah.
too. So stick around with us.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good place to
Check
be.
it out. We're fucking here. Like, we've been doing this shit for fucking.
Injury, that's where weed comes in.
Well, you're not wrong about that. Brain injury. We do it. No, and that's good. Well, let me know, like, whatever I can do, like, to, like, help you out. Like, I'm proud that you got your house, you're doing shit, you're doing your own shit. Don't ever feel that you're alone in this scenario, because
Oh, you're not.
we'll help you. I may be fucking thousands of miles away, and I will do anything I can to help you.
Yeah.
That's
That's what our world does now.
that's what
We have the
that's what we're
capability of doing
for.
it now, right? We can constantly have access to people.
Opiates, my wife died overdose since then. Don't
Ooh,
Gosh, I am so sorry.
brutal. We're here. We're here.
We are here.
Dick love, we're fucking here.
Yeah. That
Dick to dick. Dick to dick, which doesn't sound great. It doesn't sound great at all.
sword fight scenario.
Either way, we're here. Let's fucking. We got more polls than this fucking hypnotic right now.
Yeah, I know. God, I'm so sorry.
Just peeing all the time.
I'm sorry that I'm peeing a lot, but I'm also sorry about the.
T a small 14-hour drive, LOL.
Just a small 14-hour drive. I've been out there, but it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Man. Yeah!
Don't cross the streams, huh?
Maybe we should cross the streams. Have you ever thought about that? Just no homo?
I thought it was just that you couldn't touch the tip.
Yeah, tip to tip's not. I mean, even then, say no homo, probably all right.
Right, but I don't think like crossing like a pee stream is like
Yeah.
homo at all.
It's
You guys pee
It's
on
like-
each other all the
it's-
time. I'm just kidding.
it's like a blood brother scenario. Like
No, I'm just kidding.
you just peeing everywhere, all over each other. I'm not sure about that, but tip to tip, saying no homo, it'd be all right.
I mean, if you high five during it, that's also cool.
Yeah, again, it's okay. All of it's
I can
fine.
only admit, if I could stand up and
It's
go
like that- have you
pee,
seen that
and
video?
like I could stand up and go pee next. Like if you're like, I gotta pee, and like we're in the backyard, I'd be like, me too, and I'd be like, right? That'd be awesome.
It wouldn't really be that far off the
I
scenario.
would love it. It wouldn't be far off like
Because
all.
you've definitely peed in the yard when I'm like not that far from it.
That's true, and we used to pee without a door on the bathroom like constantly.
Showers for me.
No golden showers. We're not talking about that. We're not doing
No,
that
we're
way.
just talking about peeing at the same time.
That's
Just peeing at the same time.
yeah, just peeing at the same time, letting it fucking like put our names in the snow. Flip them.
The video is just like me, like what weird shit is that girl doing right now? And like,
All the weird shit.
our version of sign language.
I knew exactly what it is. So we're not talking about like golden showers because I'm not on board for that.
We
regardless,
can make so many jokes about this.
there could
anyway,
be
but
the most attractive girl that I've ever seen in my entire life doing that. And I'd be like, nah.
I think it's weird to pee on other people.
Yeah, no.
I think that's a weird situation.
I'm not on board.
And like I understand that people have like their own things.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Do
people
it.
People want to like put your whole foot in their mouth like sometimes like that kind of like
Yeah,
stuff.
no, like I've seen that,
But like
but-
I think it's really weird when people are like
but no. I'm not on board.
yeah.
Like
No.
I'm not like adverse to weird
No.
shit. Like I'm like, cool, do
Like
your
I
thing.
understand like a kink scenario, but like yeah, I'm like you can't.
Yeah.
We can't.
But like
nobody's doing
the
that.
whole
No,
like
we can't be doing that.
Cleveland steamer scenario.
Yeah, that's weird.
Firm no.
That's really gross.
firm no.
That's really gross in like my life.
like
Like the idea of it's like really gross.
no. Just
Yeah.
just a firm no. Peeing all over me, also no. There is not a
You cannot.
there's
pay
not
me to,
a
like,
girl that's attractive enough to me to be like, yes.
Didn't your mom tell you to try everything once, LOL?
No.
What you're
My
what,
mom was like, "Oh my God, baby girl, never get married and lose your virginity."
what you're discrediting is maybe I have tried it and I don't like it. I
Did you?
no.
Did you pee on someone?
Oh,
Did
I've done
somebody
that,
pee
yeah.
on you? You peed on someone
I didn't like it that much, to be honest.
sexually,
Yeah.
or like one of the boys?
That makes it so much different.
No, because boy shit is also interesting.
I've never done that, no.
You just preface it with like the
Never like the boy scenario. Like well, I'm not like the most sexually like experienced person. I've been asked to do like a couple of weird things. So, like I'm like, and that's one of them. That I'm like, no, I just don't feel that's that way.
But you've given someone a golden shower.
Yes,
Whoa,
and
that's wild.
yeah,
That's
I
wild.
wasn't into it then, and
Man, I'm so
not.
glad we've been on this for 6 hours. We're really finding some shit.
I wasn't into it then, and this is like years again. Like I'm very like inexperienced with like a lot of the scenarios. Like a lot of like the shit is like that I've been like pushed into or like whatever. Has been like a half a dozen, like dozen times of like random bullshit. But like
I'm gonna make a T-shirt about this.
yeah, of like I don't like this, but here you go. Like it was one of those moments
I
where I was
actually
like,
can't because of all the things that are going on in the media with like R. Kelly. So it would be very insensitive if I did this. But God damn it, he ruins everything.
yeah,
The guy
I
ruins
agree.
everything.
I wasn't into it then, and like that was when I was like fucking like 19, like not really like I didn't know what was going on, like kind of scenario. It was just kind of like okay, and
And then, anyways.
yeah, and then that was kind of what it was, and I was like,
Oh wow.
cool. I guess if you like that, rad. But like,
Weird. Yeah,
it
it's
was like
weird.
not my, because like again, like I'm not like afraid of like whatever you want, like cool, but like I'm just not like into that scenario. Like I don't know why anybody
Never
would
peed
be.
on it. Somebody asked me if they could pee on me once, and I was like, "Oh my god, get out of my apartment!"
Yeah,
like,
fuck
I was
that.
like, bye. Like, no.
Because I'm not in that boat either. I'm like, no, why?
Well, and we were like on my bed. I'm like, are you gonna buy me like a whole new mattress after this? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What's the situation here? You weird. I was like, I
Brian,
was
no.
like, it's cool. Like, whatever you want to do, just not with me because I'm gonna spin it. Like, I'm gonna be like, what? No.
Like, I'm not like afraid of the scenario, but like, there's why? I don't
I'm
get it.
absolutely afraid of it.
I don't get it at all.
I also don't understand it. Like when people are like, I love it when people pee on me. I'm like, no, you don't.
No,
Nobody
but
likes that.
there is people
Nobody
that do.
likes that.
It's like we talked about like fucking girl earlier,
Yeah.
like all the like random. I mean, fair enough on that one, but if you're gonna like do the golden shower, take it to the bathtub. Like fair enough.
Well, totally. Like then do it in the shower.
Doing things drinking too. How are you?
Voidheart, we are pretty solid. We are drinking.
We're drinking.
Are doing that.
We're about to polish off this bottle of Hypnotic. We're on
Which
to
is pretty good considering it's still pretty early. It's
cheaper
midnight.
beer. Yeah, this is not even like close to our bedtimes on like a
Oh, definitely
weekday,
not.
which is
We got plenty of beer though.
wild.
We do have some Jaeger. If you want to like dip into that.
So that's a thing.
But what are you drinking, Voidheart? Because we like our drinkers. And we want all of them to be here.
Yeah, we're all here to party.
Yeah, we're here to party. We got Dick Love. Dick Love over here. He's like taking to the bathtub. I agree.
Which I totally understand
if you're
with
doing
the bathtub
if you're doing
situation.
the
If
pee
you're
scenario,
gonna
if
do
you're
it,
doing
just put it in the shower.
Humiliation thing for billionaires, they like it.
You know what?
Okay.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is
you're
true.
not wrong.
Like I think we've read a lot of things on that, and you know what's like something that's like a really crazy that you really can't do in the shower because it's just like makes a bigger mess. You can't like come on someone in the shower.
lies. You totally
You can, but it just exacerbates the situation. Just makes the situation like worse. It like literally creates like a putty.
It's not good.
It's not good.
Not good.
You're not gonna get rid of it.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying it's not good.
No, like, or where are you? Are you OMP?
No, I was in like
Oh
put
yeah,
coals
no,
on.
I'll do it. Cause I'm here.
All right. I mean, you don't have to.
I like to walk around. I sit literally on a couch all day.
Me too. Scotland's so well past mine. San Miguel. Had to treat myself after a YouTube upload.
Okay. Wait, I need some context on all of that.
just saying, cities.
She's right.
Water and cum do mix weird. You're not wrong. All of that's not
I
wrong.
know I'm right
But, like,
because
so,
I've
like,
been in the situation.
Well, yeah. Who hasn't?
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, I know that I'm right.
even guys that haven't slept with girls have been in this situation. They know.
Well,
this.
okay. So everybody knows it.
Yeah. So, but I'm confused on this. Like Scotland, so well past mine, San Miguel.
Yeah, these are
What? What? How to treat myself as a YouTube upload?
This conversation took a turn.
they always do.
Should it not have? Is a better question. Like, should it not have? But yeah, like it's. I see where you're like going with that like scenario. Like it's not like. It's definitely not what you want in that scenario, like by any means. That was like when CSU had like that whole like beer NA. Well, we're drinking beer.
Name.
Oh, she's got a Budweiser. I got a Pabst. We were drinking Rally King Bloody Good, but we got past that good beer because we do like some good beer, and we went to cheap beer. So, but wait. We gotta stop here. Scotland so well past mine. How to treat myself after a YouTube upload. Okay, I don't understand any of that. Help me out here, Voidheart. Give me some more information. Help me out. Because, like, we're drinking. This girl is peeing again. Because, god damn. Beer NA. We got the name. So we got some Paps, we got some Bud, we got some fucking craft beer from local Fort Collins. What are you drinking, Void? Help me out here. We got some topics, we got some turns, conversation. I don't get it. Humiliation thing for billionaires. Sup. I don't know. I don't get the pee. I don't get the pee game. Not that I'm afraid of it. Like I'll pee in the shower, do the thing, not a problem. But I don't quite understand it. And that could be a problem on my end. Like I don't think it is because who likes being peed on? I think this is kind of like a domination scenario. Man, it's midnight here. Have a good time. Have a good time, boys and girls. All right. What? We're almost done with this hypnotic. Almost like. Got like a pull and a half, maybe. That's 17. We're like, maybe we're rolling this Jaeger. Hypnotique.
Maybe some of your gel. Maybe some of your gel.
Why?
Under the lift.
It didn't need it at all. Finish it off.
It looks like those fixing it.
Boy's not telling me what he's been drinking. I'm kind of like bummed out on that. I don't want to like know what he's been drinking. He wanted to know what we're drinking, and we told him.
Experiment with that one. I would start less sugar first time. After you get it down, try adding pound dried blueberry and only 1 pound raisin, maybe 3 pounds sugar. Any dried fruit works with at least 1 pound of the raisins.
Okay. All right. I haven't really experimented with like the raisin scenario. By any, I haven't like tried to like brew my own beer or anything like that in a long time. Hypnotic. All day right here. Yeah. I'm gonna try it out. So definitely stick around when we're like doing this shit. So you like 30 days from now,
Yeah.
like as we're like growing this shit, about 5-pound buckets of gravy.
Yeah, we'll bring back the Kate and Dick show and we'll make it.
You have 4 flavors now. So with the golden grapes, like what other flavors are you like doing? I like this fucking Dick Love.
Yeah, I like
He's
it a
been
lot.
pretty chill.
Yeah, I agree. Do you want me to make it? I don't mind walking around.
If you want, you don't have to.
Load up with the part that makes me have to pee so much.
It's warm. It's warm.
I'm used to it.
So what flavors are you running out here now, Dick Love? What is going on in this scenario? King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Why? What's going on? It's so weird. Band names are weird.
God was like, I really want to be a part of this. And I was
Like grenadine syrup.
Grenadine syrup. So we can make some like fluffy drinks then, though. With some grenadine syrup. I used to like when I was bartending. Remember like the foamy drinks I used to make,
yeah.
where it's like put a bunch of like sugary garbage and some booze on top, and then like just let it rip on the fucking shaker.
Yep.
And it was very like foamy and different. It was very different, and I think I liked that a lot actually about it being so different.
Original peach, blueberry, and kiwi.
Peach, blueberry. That sounds grand.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds grand. Yeah, I miss those like days like the bartending. Like I like just like put together some bullshit, and it never ended up that bad, ever. Was it like a good scenario? Like, and that should never be a thing for a 24-year-old bartender that doesn't know who's doing at all. But it worked out very well for me. That's
Ba-ba-da.
Bah.
How many hours are we going on?
We're at almost 3. We're at almost 3.
Next will be cherry and black kiwi.
Cherry and black curing.
Ooh, that's really good. That sounds really yummy. Dark.
Very dark. I mean, I can't remember the last time I had black curing of anything. How long do we want to run this podcast? I mean, Dick Love here, he's definitely interacting, and I love it.
Yeah, I love the interaction.
But like we're running this time where it's like it's a long time.
We might have to cap it, but don't cap it until I get back.
All right, because we were talking about capping this at 2 hours,
I know.
and now we're at 3.
I think I'm just addicted to talking to the microphone.
It's not bad, right? It's super fun. So and that was like the thing, like that, like I was worried about, like with the scenarios, it was gonna get old and whatever. But with these guys, like with these people interacting with us and like saying some bullshit and doing whatever.
Yeah, well, when people
this is
chime
like-
on,
yeah.
we can talk to each other for hours and hours. That's like what we do. But like when people chime in, that like makes
It makes it a little bit
makes it
easier.
so much. Yeah, it makes it awesome.
It makes it like we can like talk about stuff that we're like not normally talking about.
Yeah, because we're already good, but like when
Yeah, because we
people are
weren't
like,
talking about
"Oh,
no
it's
fucking
amazing."
backcountry wine made out of wheat
I
and
like
shit.
that a
Like I
lot.
like
That's
it a lot.
awesome.
And helping people out and doing the thing, like, you know, as the hermit syndrome.
I also made a 1-gallon batch with 1/2 ounce of premium G6
Ooh.
grinning face with smiling eyes.
So you went all the way to the stoner. All the way. Which is okay. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You just went
It's not a bad thing.
all the way. But we are running at 3 hours right now. Boys were asleep, so we couldn't call them in.
Yeah, we should probably cap it.
We're going to do that. Mr. Dick Love.
You guys, thanks for chiming
Yeah.
in on the Kate and Dick show. That's so much fun. I love that.
We're going to do it again, for sure.
We'll
But
do
I think
it again like next month sometime.
I think we're at the end of this specific podcast, so we can talk about people that don't need to hear us talk about them.
Yeah, totally. So, but like, if you guys have anything, just send it through to
Yeah,
us.
just send it up. Like, again, my Twitter handle is at MXZHonky, MXZHONKY. Never, it's going to be on YouTube. Also, youtube.com/MXZHONKY.
And then
you
we
know.
can create a video that answers all of your guys' questions
Yeah,
about whatever you have.
anything you need. Like, we got some
Great night, see ya next time.
Yeah, definitely hit.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank
be
you guys
here.
so much. We really
We'll be here
appreciate it.
next week.
It's been so much fun.
I think we got the boys coming back next week, so we'll be
Yeah,
here.
the boys will be here.
And we'll talk some dumb bullshit for a couple hours again. And we're here.
Well, it's been so much fun.
It's fun.
I'm so happy I got to actually be here. And
fun
we've been
shit.
talking about doing this for years. So I'm so excited I actually got to do it with you.
So
Amazing.
to
I love
everybody,
this.
especially some dick love.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so
We're
much.
done. We'll see you next week.
Good night, guys.